J. R&R in the morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
It is R&R in the morning at Thursday edition. He's taking a long pull off a pumpkin stout. We call him Rudy J.
Never. Never.
I'm Rob Thompson. Karl Schoenig. Are you down with pumpkin beer? Are you down with any flavored beer?
Because this is the time of year where they come out with your Samuel Adams, all that. What you got?
I'm sure it depends, but no, it's hit or miss for me as well.
Yeah, you get those. I like a good.
Guy.
Yeah, I like a good Oktoberfest, but I'm not down with. But I'm not down with a pumpkin spice beer. I'm not down with pickle beer. I'm not down with sour beer. I'm not down with any of that.
My wife enjoys the pickle, the made, the one, the
best made pickle beer.
The best made pickle beer with the chamoy dripping off the side.
Yuck.
Yes, I agree. My wife
drink
is
vinegar.
Weird.
Drink some vinegar. just pour vinegar right down your throat. I'm sure it probably has more benefits than the beer.
Alcoholic vinegar.
No, just vinegar.
Alcoholic vinegar. Yeah, man, I got buddies that like swear like this time of year, the Shiner has a pumpkin beer. Samuel Adams has a pumpkin beer. I can't do it.
No, man.
I don't like anything pumpkin.
I like pumpkin. I just don't like the beer.
Do you ever have pumpkin spice lattes or anything?
Oh, yeah.
Like that?
Those are lovely.
Like
I will have one and sit back and
then how can you not like pumpkin beer? It's the same.
No, it's not.
No, it's
far
not.
Different.
Yeah, and it varies. I'm sure there is eventually going to be a pumpkin flavored beer that you would like, but there's so many and they all taste different.
No, there's no way. Pumpkin should not be a beer. There are certain things that you don't need to alcoholize. That's one of them. I don't need alcoholic gravy. I don't need alcoholic pumpkin.
First of all, I've never heard of alcohol.
Well, I'm just
gravy.
saying. But had you ever heard of a pumpkin beer 25 years ago? No, that's gross. That's why it hadn't happened. But we started selling pumpkin everywhere else, and somebody decided, you know what? What if we made it a beer?
It's funny I brought up the latte because I know people that also like look for the latte like they look for the McRib.
Oh, I'm down with that.
What's the latte?
That's like a milkshake.
Yeah.
I mean,
no.
I have like a pumpkin spice. What's the word?
Soup?
No. It's it's not a sweetener, a creamer, I
guess.
That I always put in my own coffee that I make. Yeah, I wish it were available year round. I'm sure it is. I just need to search a little harder.
I respect you making your own and not giving Starbucks $7.
Yeah, I almost always make my own coffee, and I very rarely go to Starbucks. It's like a last resort. There's nothing else kind of place if I go to Starbucks.
Yeah, we have a little local food truck coffee spot we go to. We keep it local. Starbucks got enough money. I ain't no Starbucks hate.
I just don't. I'm not a coffee drinker.
No, you're not. Yeah,
I tried when we started going to mornings, and it made me nervous. It was
you had anxiety all day.
I was nervous all day. Drinking coffee early in the morning.
Yeah, so I'm rolling with pumpkin beer sucks. That's what I'm rolling with today.
How was your afternoon yesterday?
Well, you know what happened, Rob? I drank too much caffeine, so it took me a little bit to wind. It took me a little bit to wind down, but then when I finally did, I had a great nap. Went to bed a little bit earlier than normal, so I feel refreshed. I don't know what I look like, but I feel refreshed. How do you feel?
I feel far better than yesterday. Yesterday was
How long did you sleep? Like once you finally went to sleep?
I finally, it was all I could do to get home. I was hanging my head out the window like a dog. Cars behind me were getting hit with slobber. I mean, I was so tired. I think that over 50, I'll even go over 40.
I think it's over 40. It's not 50. It's 40.
Oh, all-nighters,
no. It's not healthy either.
No, it's not healthy. It's not good for anybody. So for those unaware, Rudy and I got some last-minute tickets to go see the first game of the World Series. I took my Mambo King curse with me. We arrived and watched the Astros. Well, they got to the game yesterday. They didn't show up for game one. It was a beatdown it was just awful, just a bad game. But we pulled a 24-hour thing. We drove after we got off the air on Monday, drove to Houston, saw the game, pulled out of Houston about 10:30, 11 o'clock, got back in town here about 2. I didn't sleep. Rudy didn't sleep. We went home, showered, came and did the show.
And yesterday, it all came crashing down.
And from what I've been told, it was spectacular. In my mind, it was great. I don't remember much of the show.
I don't remember. You know what? I'll think about it. I don't know.
Karl carried us. Let's not kid
Yeah,
ourselves.
he
He had to
did.
carry us through that. But yesterday I get home. I'm off air at 10. I'm home by 10:40. I'm asleep by 11.
Oh, out of there.
Out. I made the mistake of, well, not a mistake. It's the best move I could have made. I could have laid on the couch. That's a sunny room and seen the TV, and it would have kept me up.
That's what I did.
I decided, no, I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to take that AC down to about 65.
Do what?
Put the shades. Oh,
the
yeah.
AC at what?
Down cold.
65.
I sleep
is
far
insane,
better
Rob.
with a comforter over the top. See, I made the decision. I didn't get underneath the sheets. If you get underneath the sheets, you're full and committed. I thought, well, I'll just lay on top of the comforter,
right?
Like it's a nap, but I'll grab one of those mini blankets and pillows that my wife covers, and I'll sleep with that. Lay down at 11. Phone wakes me up a little after 4.
Oh wow! You took a real.
I didn't wake up. I came to.
Yeah, you took a real nap because Menace was looking for one of us to do a 5 o'clock segment.
Yeah, I saw
that.
You
never responded.
No, I saw that at 5.
I was like, dude, Rob's in a coma.
I was.
Well, see,
my bosses had called.
What?
Yeah, it's one of those. You wake up like, oh, call them both, and neither one of them called me back. So we'll find out.
This is the problem with me. Okay, so what? That was Tuesday, right?
I think it's all a blur now.
No,
yeah.
okay, so that was Tuesday. We went to the game, so that meant my wife had the 3-year-old all day Tuesday. So yesterday, it's like, yo, okay, I've had enough of her. I'm gonna need some assistance because my 3-year-old, is like, what's your favorite color, Dad? Blue.
Yeah.
Dad, what's your favorite color? Like 20 times. So it was my shift. So it was my shift. My wife,
on call.
because my wife, it's like, because my 3-year-old will take her stuff that I can do. She's like, why are you bringing it to me? And your dad is right there. So yeah, I got a nap in, but I couldn't go full-fledged 5-hour nap. Your boys are grown.
Yeah, I aged out.
I still had a shift to take with the 3-year-old.
Fully aware.
What I mean?
But new men, both.
Yeah, I'm feeling much better.
Yeah, it's game day ball. Spurs are playing tonight. Got the Mavericks. First time in that AA. First time to see Jason Kidd coach the Dallas Mavericks team.
Yeah.
We'll get you ready all show long. But if you want the deep dive, the intensive view of the game, don't forget that we will do that at 8:30 every game day. We do the shoot around, getting you ready. We'll talk about them, us, who's training, who's down. We do now have some assignments to the Austin Spurs, the G League. We knew it was coming. But Josh Primo is being assigned. Settle down. Everybody settle.
Well, I can't remember you and Karl's debate. I don't remember who said that he'd be playing a lot, who said he wouldn't. Well, I don't remember y'all's.
He will be playing a lot. I do.
No,
watching this team.
I mean, in the NBA, not the G League.
I think in the NBA, probably in about 3 months. We've seen enough of him, and we know what this team looks like. I don't think Pop's afraid of kids making mistakes. I think it's going to be an easier barrier to entry, but he's still going to follow the process. But I do think we'll see him this year.
Okay.
If preseason was any determination, it certainly looked like he was as close as any rookie we've had to come out and play with him. But we'll get ready for the Mavericks tonight. Of course, talking lots of Astros as they flip the switch, open the roof, put on an orange jersey, and become the Astros we expect.
No, they kicked us out. That's what happened.
I'm not allowed back. What was your moniker yesterday?
Boo Altuve.
Boo Altuve. Well, it worked.
See, every now and then you need to kick your stars in the butt. Nothing wrong with it, and they wake up. But it was a homer when they were already up 6-2.
Well, doesn't matter. Maybe that was a slump bust.
It does matter.
Here's the crazy thing about last night.
What's that?
Houston became the first team to win a World Series game in their home field or on their home park in 1,097 days. The last time it happened was the Dodgers in Game 3 of the 2018 World Series. Teams had lost 10 straight World Series games at home, the longest streak of all time.
That's so weird.
So I can blame the Mambo King curse. Maybe I was the slump buster. Maybe they needed me to arrive to suck the last bit of air out of the room.
Yeah.
Then they opened the roof.
Yeah, the roof was able to open last night because I guess all of South Texas finally got that cool breeze because it felt great. But I was so tired last night. I didn't even want to go on the patio and smoke a cigar. Even though
you have a TV set up out there? Do you have?
I have a TV.
Good.
Yeah, a little wall thingy majiggy. Yeah, but I never take it out there. Too lazy.
Really?
Yeah.
I went and bought a TV that I could move around, take out, and I'm ready for it. I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, I need one.
Got to get the streaming. We talk about the slump bus. The slump bus was Urquidy.
Oh, you feel like that's what got it
Oh,
done?
dude, he was dealing.
Yeah.
Dealing. Quick innings, easy flies. Urquidy was money. Well, and I heard they were talking about Urquidy that his problem hasn't been throwing strikes. He's a very accurate pitcher. Sometimes he puts too much over the plate. You know, he doesn't paint edges or do anything. He was dialed last night. I was impressed. Sure. We'll talk about that in a bit. But
the thing I do want to ask you guys, because and we'll get into it. I know we got our Spurs are in action today, but after being down 26 and then a team that is going through pretty much what the Spurs are going through, a bunch of young guys trying to figure it out, Oklahoma City comes back from 26 to beat the Lakers. Are y'all still cool with that moral victory?
Yeah,
when a team is in the same position as you beats the Lakers.
No, different scenario.
Lakers fell asleep.
There was a Sega Baba.
What's that?
Second game of a back-to-back. It's Sega Baba. I'm sorry, this is the first NBA season we've done together.
Yeah.
A Sega Baba is the second game of a back-to-back. Sega Baba.
Okay.
I stole that from my good friends at Pounding the Rock.
I can dig it.
Yeah. So it was a Sega Baba.
Okay.
They were also playing on adrenaline. They didn't know LeBron wasn't going to play till a couple hours before the Lakers when they played the Spurs. So you saw they dialed it up with Anthony Davis. You know, Anthony played through a career-ending injury and got back and really fought hard. And we got a full dose of Russell. They didn't get the full dose of Russell.
Well, he got a full dose of Russell.
Oh, I mean, they didn't get the full.
He got ejected. He got mad at the youngster for taking a shot when the game's already over. He was pretty upset about that. But yeah, I was just wondering if y'all were still cool with the moral victory, because Oklahoma's pretty much what we are, a young team trying to figure it out. Down 26, fought back and won.
I'm not going to. Spurs did what they had to do, and if the Spurs played that same game and the Lakers were on the Sega Baba, they'd have beat them. I'm comfortable with that. Rudy's got others. We'll certainly in the shoot around.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
Let's get you caught up on your headlines. You deserve it. You slept all night. You waited for it. We're gonna tease you with it. How bad do you want it?
Oh my God, I don't know about that.
It's time for the 411 and the 210.
Give it to him, Karl.
Here's the 411 in the 210. Headline 2.
Sources tell ESPN that running back Mark Ingram will be traded by the Houston Texans, reuniting him with the New Orleans Saints, and Alvin Kamara.
Traded or paroled? How would you like to phrase that? Paroled. He's going to be paroled back to the Saints.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
Him.
I think that also is a reflection on Sean Payton seeing that offense, look and showing the tape to Jameis, and like this is what we're doing from now on. You get to pick and choose now and again over 10 yards downfield, but Kamara is going to get a lot of wear and tear. We're going to need a backstop for him. Mark Ingram's going to go back in there. I think that's a reflection of that offense.
I can dig it. I mean, the Saints are in the hunt.
Yeah.
Saints are in the hunt. Get as many weapons and load up. You know, let's get ready for a play. Try to get ready for a wild card run. And the Bucs are going to win that division, so you're going to be looking at a wild card. But Sean Payton's always all in. Good for them. I'm happy for Mark Ingram. Nobody deserves to be a Texan. Nobody should be allowed to sit through that. So props for Ingram getting the hell out of there.
Boy, they just ripping that team.
It seems like
to be a vet there.
They're trading everybody over 26 years old.
How'd you like to be a vet on the Texans?
No.
Every day you're like, man, I could be someplace else or maybe no place at all.
Yeah, there's probably another 5 guys hoping that they're out of there by next Tuesday.
Was it Cooks that lost his mind? Who was the one that said, "What are you doing here, man?"
It was Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks was one of the vets.
But he's going to be traded too, so it's all good.
Yeah, I guess that's true. He'll get his parole meetings coming up.
Yeah, for sure. Get him out of there.
Moving along.
Headline 1.
The Bucs fan Byron Kennedy still with no regrets over returning the Tom Brady 600th touchdown ball. He swears. He says, "I think I did the right thing. I'm happy Tom has it." And I'm going to assume this is the last time we talk about it in this news cycle. Yeah.
Probably.
I think so.
I'm glad he's good with it. And, you know, like you were saying yesterday, Karl, it's just still a financial windfall, the likes of anything that no one expects at any point
when
in your
you
life.
get to a game, you don't expect to walk away with $150,000.
So it could have been a $500,000. It could have been, but you got $1,000 to the Bucs Pro Shop.
That is whack.
You could go get magnets There's shot glasses you
koozies.
can pick up. Koozies. Are you kidding me? Clear purses.
Clear.
I mean, think of what you could
Hats.
do with all that.
The fake helmet,
All of that. $1,000.
the zip up. You got your what Super Bowl zip up is that?
This is
Lee?
This would be Atlanta,
Okay,
I believe.
nice. You see, you can get a nice Bucks zip up
Yeah. This
track
is
jacket. No, it's called a track jacket.
at the Super Bowl. This is like $800.
Easy.
I mean, you could probably get 2 of these.
Yeah. So props to him, man. He went to a game, walks away as six figures richer.
Gronk stepped up and paid
He gave him 30 in crypto,
just because
30 grand in crypto.
without
Well,
Tom
Gronk
Brady.
Gronk is someone else. It was
Yeah.
another player.
And then Brady gave him a Bitcoin, right? And then the Bucks gave him the 1,000 and I think free tickets this year next.
Yeah.
And Brady signed some jerseys.
He won.
Oh, he won.
He just didn't get
He
half
just
a million.
He could have done so much better. But
Right.
who am I to look a gift horse in the mouth? Moving
Yeah, I think it'll be another update, maybe in a year or two when the ball sells. No, I don't
Yeah.
think Brady's selling that.
No, but it could be a nice, worthy update when his crypto
Oh,
goes
yeah.
from 90,000 to $250,000.
Let's hope. Let's hope that's the update.
That could happen.
Headline 0.
Attorneys for former Washington football team employees reject the NFL stance and say clients want investigation findings released. In a 2-page letter to Roger Goodell, Lisa Banks, and Deborah Katz stated that their clients, they represent 40 women who made allegations of sexual harassment while working for Washington, wanted only protection. They wanted the findings released. The letter said, while many who come forward fear retaliation by Dan Snyder and therefore requested their names be kept confidential, they never envisioned that all of their efforts and the efforts of Beth Wilkinson and her team would result in no written report of findings and no accountability for Dan Snyder or the Washington football team. Had they known this, they would have not participated.
So these people that have filed this lawsuit, they want it released? Because at first I thought, because Goodell is telling us we're not releasing it to protect them, but these people are saying they want it out. Am I hearing that correct?
That's what they're saying.
It sounds like.
Wow. Now, I'm going to ask
So
you a
then
question.
what do you do?
So I'm going to ask you a question. You are the judge. You are the NFL. And you went and found this groundbreaking report in an investigation. And to find that you had, let's say, 15 sources that when you went to them and said, you're going to be an unnamed source, but we need the information. It comes out, but that there was an investigation and there are sources. And 14 of them say, I'm fine with you letting my name out. But one of them says, no, I fear I could lose my job, whatever else, if you publish that. Do you weigh that against the other 14? Or do you say, well, I made you a promise and I'm not going to let it out? And the other 14 say, well, I'm good with you letting out. But one says, no. What should you do? Because that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
There are a couple of these sources that are going, no.
This is America. We vote. And if you lose the vote,
No, well, it may be, but this
you
isn't a
lose the
vote.
vote 14.
The NFL made a promise, or whoever was doing the investigation.
But should I not release it to please one person?
Well, there is the saying, I'd rather 100 guilty men go free than one innocent man go to prison. I mean,
And the saying also says appease the masses, not the asses.
who appease? We're talking about an investigation.
But
here.
I know, but if the people that are within the investigation
So
say
you
we
would rather
want it
ruin
out,
somebody's career.
I wouldn't want to ruin their career. But
But
I'm
you
just
know, if you say yes, that's what's going to happen.
But you got people saying they want it out.
The promise was made to all of them. You can change your mind. You can release it, but I made the
Look,
deal. I'm not going
If
to.
I'm a woman on that lawsuit, and I'm the one that was been abused or assaulted, and I say I want it
That's
out.
what they're saying. That's what they're saying.
Who
Look,
are
I did
Who are
this,
you to tell me that shouldn't be out?
but at the same time, if I'm the one that made a promise to someone, like, look, if you tell me what's going on, your name will never be implicated in this.
Then
And you
just, then leave her out or
You
him
can't,
out.
because the very nature of the information you're going to release is going to be very obvious of the people that leaked the info.
So then
if I
keep it all
release
in
all
for one
that,
person.
I'm not saying what I would do. I'm just saying that legally, I can see why this is happening.
It seems to me like Goodell is using a crutch.
Well,
it's a crutch for Goodell
there is
to not out his buddy and to protect his boss. But I mean, I get where you're coming from, but
I'm just taking the stand as to what the NFL's hanging the hook on. We all know that there's a fire going on. There's something terrible they're hiding.
Right.
It's a difficult situation, but if you told them I will never release it, you can't now. See what I'm saying?
It depends. It depends because, again, like I said, you got a bunch of people. So again, now I'm supposed to go against everything that I know is right for one or two people. For one or two people, even though there's a whole group of people over here that's fine with it. That makes no sense to me.
That's how our legal system's set up. We would rather you.
But this isn't a law thing.
It kind of is.
This is I give you my word type thing. Like, I won't out you. Like, I didn't sign a legal document saying I won't out you.
How do we know that?
Well, clearly, you got people saying, hey, we want it out.
Now they do.
Because they want Washington to get what they deserve.
Yeah, there's nothing actually happening to Washington football team or Dan Snyder in this case of sexual harassment accusations. The only person who seems to have gotten any grunt of it is John Gruden.
No,
and the
Dan
Raiders.
Snyder was taken out of control of the team. He has been forced out of the building already. His wife now runs the team.
Right.
I mean, and that's Goodell leaned on that yesterday. Said, look, I don't know what you guys are after. The owner's not even allowed in the building. We're happy with everything that they've done. That's what Goodell said. Now
he still owns it.
Who still owns it? What do you mean?
He still owns it, but he has been taken. The Snyder family still owns it. But actually, the way that the ownership has been transferred, it's a shared ownership now. He owns less of that because the move that was made to put his wife in control of the team was more about the lineage. When and if the Snyders were to pass, it would make it easier to pass the team onto their family.
So make sure I'm clear. Who are the people that are saying they want this information released? The people that were assaulted?
This is in a two-page letter to Goodell. Lisa Banks and Deborah Katz stated that their clients, and they represent 40 women who made allegations of sexual harassment while working for Washington, are the people that are kind of relaying it through their attorneys.
So 40 women want the information released.
They want it released. They want something written released. This is almost like I would compare to Baylor almost, where you're saying so many people are saying we're not going to be fine with literally no written report released to the public.
So it's 40 women that want this information out, and we sitting here debating this?
We don't know how many there that say no, though.
Right. Okay.
And on top of that, what did Jerry Jones, part of the owner, one of the more powerful owners, said about the investigation? He is perfectly fine with where it is. Keep in mind who Roger Goodell works for. He doesn't work for the government. He works for Snyder. He works for Jerry.
Well, first of all, Jerry can say what he wants to. This ain't got nothing to do with Jerry.
Yes, it does.
This has something to do with 40 women.
Has something
to do with 40.
It has everything to do with the ownership.
Why do I give a damn what Jerry says when there's 40 women that they've been assaulted? Why do I give a damn what Jerry thinks?
Because it doesn't matter what Jerry says. I'm just saying that the owners.
But I mean, we got pictures of Jerry. We know Jerry don't care about the women. Look at the pictures we've seen of him. We know he don't care. But it's not just Jerry is what I'm saying. Jerry is one of the more powerful owners that will step forward and say, look, we're done. But in this case, it shouldn't matter. It does matter
because Goodell works for Jerry, and Jerry is saying to the guy that works for him, look, we're done.
Conversely, Mark Davis says that he wants the report released as well.
And it does feel like the league is still screwing with the Raiders. I think Mark Davis is right. I think that the women are right, but you got to keep in mind the situation we're in.
What it feels like to me is a bunch of powerful, rich men are going to try to shut up a bunch of women that feel like they've been assaulted.
In fact, the situation that we're in.
That's insane to me.
That's insane. It's not called the fairness system. It's the justice system.
But again, we're talking about Jerry. You bring up and the reason I'm focusing on that is because you brought him up. We're talking about Jerry Jones,
who said, they asked, what do you think about the investigation? Jerry said, I'm perfectly fine with it.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't care what Jerry thinks in this situation.
But Roger does, is what I'm saying. One of the more powerful owners intimated, look, dude, you work for me. This is enough.
So then I want the same energy when we bring up Deshaun. So, because that's my thing is like, when we talk about the players, when we talked about Baylor, it was like, these dudes are a bunch of creeps. This is disgusting. This is that. But then Jerry Jones says that everybody's okay with shutting up the women. Because Jerry Jones said it.
Because he was reflecting what other owners who don't have quite the clout are saying too. They all look at this going, but by the grace of God goes me. That's what they're all saying. If you're going to dig into him, I'm next.
I don't know.
So they're going to batten this thing down. But I do know this.
That's 40 women.
But here's the deal. This ain't over. This is not over. This thing with the Washington football team and Snyder, Goodell says he can put it to bed. The Congress sees what the NFL's doing. They're already investigating. Now, this is a speed bump. This will come out. Whatever the Washington football team did, these 65,000 emails, mark my words, it will come out.
Again, and I guess like going back about 5 minutes ago, I don't know which women are saying, no, I don't want to be in on that. Because, I mean, there could be 40 that want it out, but then there could be 2 or 3, like you said, that are like, nah, I'm not comfortable with that.
And I don't know how many there are, and I don't know what kind of, if they indemnified the investigation, where they passed on any kind of protection, where they said, yeah, here's the thing, sign. We'll protect you through all. We're not going to ever divulge. I don't know if they signed anything, but obviously the NFL is very comfortable with the fact saying, look, we're not going to say anything more. And legally, we don't have to.
So here's a little more context. Beth Wilkinson provided a verbal report to the NFL of her findings.
The lawyer?
The person who was investigating. There were 150 people interviewed during the investigation. The NFL fined Washington $10 million for its toxic workplace culture. Snyder said at the time that he would step aside from day-to-day operations of the franchise in favor of his wife, Tanya. Banks and Katz, the 2 lawyers that represent the 40 women, wrote that Goodell misrepresented the wishes of our clients and likely those of the other women and men who came forward to justify your decision to bury what we know would be a damning report.
So there was a penalty paid, not to the extent that I think all of the accusers feel, but the NFL did do enough, and in their minds, they're going to put it to bed. But that doesn't mean this is gone. We know it's out there. Yeah. We've already got a congressional committee talking about it, and we laughed at them going, digging in. Don't you have more important things to do? Well, I think they smelled this ahead of time. It's not going away. This is not over by any stretch because there's too much there.
Yeah. 10 million is $10 though.
True.
10 million is $10. But again, I just going off of what this lady said. But then again, like you said, the NFL.
If it's 150 and only 40 came forward, does that make you feel better? If there's 150 people in this investigation,
there was 100
people
interviewed. That's not 150 victims. That's 100 people interviewed. That's different.
But what I'm saying is, if you're not a victim and you interviewed and you implicated your bosses, and it comes out and they know there's only one way that anybody would have known this, and it was you. You did it.
I don't know, man. Then again, well, I guess we pick and choose when it's okay to not snitch. Right. It's like, oh, don't snitch. No, I don't want to be out there. I don't want that out there. I don't know.
Money buys silence,
man.
It ain't done. It ain't done. It's not. Trust me. It always comes out.
Yeah.
Always comes out. And Snyder, at the end of the day, I would not be surprised if he's not forced to sell the team. It might not be this year, but it will happen.
I think that he's one of the guys they would band together to protect. I don't think they would make, like, the guy in Carolina, like, we don't really know you.
That's true. I
think they would batten down the hatches and try their hardest to protect Snyder. I mean, Jerry's already coming out being like, hey, that's it. Close the books.
You got to keep in mind what this organization is.
Okay.
And they all work for the owner. That's good.
Yeah.
We need to go to break.
Do we? What time is
really
it?
long.
7:30?
Yeah. Damn. Let's come back. Let's talk Astros. The series tied 1-1. The home drought is done. Was it the orange jerseys or Rudy and I's absence? We'll talk Stros. It's 1-1 travel day. They're heading to Atlanta. Major League Baseball around the corner. Hang here. You're on R&R in the morning, and this is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Texas Cheer Liquor, your one-stop shop for beer, liquor, wine, and cigars, is up to 4 locations. 2 on Petranco, running right across the street from Walmart, 1 past 211. The third one, which just celebrated their 1-year anniversary, is at Highway 90 Montgomery in the Lucky Ranch Shopping Center. And the all-new Texas Cheer Liquor off of Palo Alto in the Patron Plaza right next to Walmart. You cannot miss it. You can download their app. You can go to their website at texascheerliquor.com, browse the website, see what's all they have. And if there's something on there they don't have and you're looking for it, they'll go and get it for you. I know the third location had the Blantons. I don't know if it's still there. Maybe sold out. I'd have to check in with the owners. But Weller's, Blantons, Eagle Rare, anything and everything you can think of. It's your one-stop shop, and they say that for a reason. So that's Texas Cheer Liquor app or the TexasCheerLiquor.com.
Sports Center is brought to you by Kielbasa Slow Crafted Sausage, available at your local grocery stores.
The Houston Astros bounce back to win Game 2 of the World Series 7-2. Jose Urquidy got the win and run support to help tie the series at 1-1 going into Game 3 in Atlanta tomorrow night. The San Antonio Spurs assigned 2021 draft picks Josh Primo and Joe Wieskamp to the Austin Spurs yesterday as the Spurs G League affiliate began their training camp preparing for a November 5th first game of the season. The San Antonio Spurs start a 3-game road trip tonight against the Dallas Mavericks. Tip-off is at 7:30. And the Houston Rockets are also in action tonight as they host the undefeated Utah Jazz at 7. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Karl Schoening.
If you were hurt in a crash, it's important to act fast. Instead of haggling with insurance, just call Thomas J. Henry. Remember, the call is free and you don't pay us any fees unless we win your case. Contact Thomas J. Henry today. San Antonio, Texas.
Welcome to Texas, where the sun is beaming down and can damage the interior of your car, even in lower temperatures. Unless you go to Mother's Window Tint, home of the Tint and Alarm Special, where you can also buy a new car stereo since 1984.
1984? That's impressive.
Mother's Window Tint has tinted cars and trucks to stop the sun from damaging their interiors. Texans like dark privacy window tint. Come to Mother's and get some. Legal and guaranteed a lifetime. Remember to protect yourself and your family. Buy an alarm today from Mother's. Starter kill, remote start, GPS locator, 24-hour live monitoring. Save $100 on the tint and alarm package of your choice. San Antonio and Austin stores. MothersWindowTint.com.
Remember, do it at Mother's and save!
Whether you're vaccinated or not, it's important to know the symptoms of COVID and its variants. Fever is the leading sign, and only the Exergen temporal scanner thermometer has been proven accurate with more than 100 clinical studies. Non-contact thermometers have no clinical evidence behind them and cannot be relied on. Be vigilant and seek medical advice at the first sign of fever. Be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents
and Doug. And we're back with Limu, Emu, and Doug for the final question. Category is things you climb.
All right, Limu, what do you think? You sure? We're going with Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Oh, so close. We were looking for stairs.
Huh. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
At Allstate, we've been saying you're in good hands for a long time. But what exactly does that mean? Does it mean you're protected from life's uncertainties? Does it mean you can worry less and live a little more? Does it mean you're not alone, even when things get kind of hard? Actually, yes. Yes, it does. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Allstate and affiliates offer products and services subject to availability, terms, and conditions.
Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar, now opening at noon 7 days a week at all 4 area locations. Slackers is your home to 7 days a week happy hour, and they now start at noon every day. And by popular request, Slackers brings back their signature frozen drinks. Visit slackersbarsa.com for more info.
In college football, Goodyear knows a new season means new possibilities, where every Saturday is an opportunity on the road to greatness. No matter if you're out there playing your hardest or cheering the loudest from the sidelines, tailgating in the parking lot, or your favorite spot to watch the game, Goodyear knows passion is what drives us forward all the way to the playoffs. That's the road that moves us. Goodyear, more driven.
Did you know the arrow in Amazon's logo represents A to Z? Maybe the My Computer Career logo should represent unemployed to employed. Ryan was out of work when he started classes in March. In September, he started his IT career, working for Amazon, making more money than he ever thought possible. Here's a prime opportunity. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. You could start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Your exclusive home for the 2021 World Series. This is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5
FM. R&R in the morning. Rudy J. Rob Thompson. Rock the Mic is in full effect. You want to be a sports talk radio host, this is your opportunity. Opportunity rarely knocks twice. With us, it knocks every year. We get you the opportunity. If you want to be a sports talk radio host, we're looking for new talent. If you haven't noticed, we've expanded our daily footprint. We give you all the local sports talk we can possibly handle. But if you might also have noticed, there's more time in the day. There's more things that we want to take over. And me as the silverback gorilla around here, I want all the real estate we can get, and I need talent to do it. So to find that talent, I go cheap. We go local. Actually, we've been remarkably successful around the San Antonio Sports Star. Need not listen, but every day you'll hear at some point a Rock the Mic winner, whether it be RJ Ochoa, the Blogging the Boys editor that's coming on with Jason Minix on the regular, whether it be Michael Jimenez, who sits in at halftime, does the Fantasy Gods, or Quinn Hudson or Brandon Medina. We're looking for the next. You want to be that? All we ask is that you upload a 1-minute video of yourself. Go to sasports.star.com. We don't care the topic. You might be passionate about one specific sport. Bring that passion. We'll teach you how to be a talk radio host, but you got to love it and you got to bring something to it. You'll notice if you go to sasportstar.com, we've got our most recent entries up. We still got a lot more that need to be vetted and put up there, but they're coming. Go check them out. Once the video is done, the work just begins, though. It's going to be incumbent upon you to go find your friends, your family, get everybody to vote for you. It's easy. Go to sasportstar.com. You can vote once every 24 hours.
Oh, cool.
Once every 24 hours. We've had some bot issues in the past. There, Rudy.
Damn, people putting in bots to win. Well, I guess it's a big deal.
This is a big deal. So to stop that,
someone got the bot out.
We did
for the votes.
A couple of bots.
I'm not mad at them. Fuck E for effort.
Yeah, it was, but we figured it out, so they didn't win. Or they didn't get forwarded. But if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Bingo.
So we will be out and about next week. We'll be at every one of the Slackers next week. Medical Center.
Wednesday at Medical Center on Wednesday.
So busy. We'll be out and about. That's your opportunity to go do it live if you'd like to do that. We'll coach you up. We'll talk to you. We'll all be out there helping. But if you're comfortable at home, do it that way.
Now, I was in the competition. I'm not against uploading it online, but for me, I want to meet you.
Yeah.
I want to come out in person and meet you, shake your hand, look you in the eyes, let you know I'm real about this. Do it in person. That's just me.
Well, I'll tell you.
I think it helps doing it in person.
Does.
Nothing against doing it online, but I would, if I were you, I'd come out to Slackers, shake people's hands, let people get to know you. That's just me. I don't know. I'm not saying that that's the only way.
First time that myself and you, Karl, will be around to help. Normally, when we've been out at Slackers for the videos, I've been on air. Minix has been on air.
Right.
So we've had production staff kind of just helping, like, here you go. Here's, do what you need to do.
Right.
Well, we're actually going to be there. Be able to talk to you if you're asking for any kind of pointers. Now, that won't sway because the first step to getting through the process is for you, the entrant, to go get the votes. I don't have any control over that. To get to the next level, votes are going to be key. So we've had some good folks not move forward just because they didn't work. They didn't get people out voting for them. So if they'll vote for you once, they need to vote for you every day. Just know that.
And if you can't get somebody to log on and vote for you, they're probably not going to tune into you anyway.
Yesterday, that's true. It's true.
You should be able to get some. You should be able to get your people to help you with your dreams. It's free. It's free. It's free. Go tell. Hey, just go vote for me real quick. My Lord.
The Astros got after Max. I'll call him Fried, but Max Fried yesterday, early and often. They scored 5 of their 7 runs in the first 2 innings. looked, it was the photo negative of the night before. It was the total, to a T, it felt like the opposite, except for the third pitch dinger to start the game. The Astros jumped on them early and just took the wind out of their sails. You felt like the Braves were scratching and clawing for 7 innings, just like the Astros were yesterday.
Yes, it was game one reversed. Like, once you get down, it's tough to come back against these good teams.
Urquidy was, I thought, just brilliant.
He got busy yesterday.
He wasn't overpowering. I mean, the ball was touched. He was certainly given, I mean, the ball was getting batted, but it was in proper place. Easy flies. He was pitching fly ball outs. Just all around impressive. And you talked about, Boo Altuve yesterday, but it wasn't just Altuve that turned things around. No. I mean, everybody
kind of chipped in.
Yeah. I was watching the highlights the night before of, it was Yuri who scorpioned himself coming into second base. That was so indicative of the game that night before. Just completely indicative of, they were so close. They were an inch away from stealing a base.
That was definitely Shaq'd in a full worthy.
Yes,
if Shaq did MLB, that was definitely Shaq'd in a full worthy. It was weird watching that. But it's 1-1. We talked about it yesterday, Rob. Could this series go long? Is this series 6-7 games? Looks like we may be, but Stros got their hands full going to Atlanta. Atlanta's going to be rocking. That place has been amazing throughout this entire postseason. So it's going to be rocking in Atlanta tomorrow night.
When they get going tomorrow night, Luis Garcia will start for the Stros. The Braves are going to start with Ian Anderson. I do think the loss of Charlie Morton is going to play a significant role. It feels like a missed extra point after a touchdown, that not having that third starter that they've relied on. We're going to feel that in games 6 and 7.
That's
if they get that far.
Right. If it goes to 6 and 7, that's when you're going to be like, damn, we would have had Morton come back in the rotation right now. But
Ian Anderson's throwing smoke. Anderson up on it for the Braves is throwing smoke. He's 3-0, 7 career postseason starts. He's got a 1.47 ERA. He is throwing smoke. The Stros are going to have to stay hot.
Another thing, Correa hasn't even got going.
No.
So, the Braves, there's a couple of things to worry about with the Braves. One, Air Jordan, who went crazy in the ALCS, he hasn't really got going. Correa hasn't got going. And now you have to worry, okay, is Altuve out of the slump and is he going to catch fire? So those, the meat of their lineup, Air Jordan, Correa, and Altuve, at any moment, they could all catch fire. So the Braves have some worrying to do, too. I spent a lot of time talking about the Stros got to worry about the Braves. I think the same goes because it's 1-1, and Jordan and Correa haven't done anything, and maybe Altuve's out of his slump.
We talked about offense, and the Astros continue to go. They've scored 5 or more runs in 10 of the 12 postseason games this year. That's second most in the single postseason of all time, just behind the 2015 Royals. So they get 5 runs, they win. Braves, I guess most teams you get 5 runs, you're going to win. I guess that's not a bold statement.
But isn't that facts are facts, Rob? We're talking about the Stros, not the rest of the league. So nothing wrong with that stat.
Let's give Altuve his love. That's the 22nd career postseason dinger, tying Bernie Williams' second most all time.
Really? 22?
It was an inconsequential dinger, but maybe that'll get things going.
It was a front runner dinger, but he had the walk off against. He's done his thing.
What the dinger did for me was allow me to go watch a little basketball. Bing, it was gone. I could put that game to bed, turn over and watch.
I was watching Portland and Memphis.
Watching Fat Zion stand on the sidelines.
Dude, help me understand, what is the fascination with anime?
I don't know, man. That was a lot of cartoon going on there.
Yeah, I don't know anything about those cartoons.
My son is so into it.
Yeah, I know. There's millions of people into it. I don't understand it, but I mean, it is what it is. I know, like I said, Zion had on a weird jacket. He had on some anime jacket,
looked
anime
like he
Air
fell
Force
into a bucket
Ones.
of paint.
Yeah,
like he rolled around in some paint.
I was like, whatever, Zion.
Hey,
just get on the court, bro.
Please get on the court. They need you.
Right. I don't understand the infatuation with it, but it is what it's not for me to understand. My 13-year-old loves it as well. She makes me buy her t-shirts.
Get skinny, Zion. Get on the court. The world will be better. Tonight, it looks like 2 weeks ago, this might be the finest Thursday night matchup they've ever had. It did. It looked like a couple weeks ago. Now, they're still undefeated, the Cardinals, and Aaron is still playing, but who's he going to throw to? Let's look forward to a good Thursday night game. Hang around here on R&R. This is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Score $1,000 now. Enter the winning keyword, football. FOOTBALL. Football at sasportstar.com. Good luck from San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Hi, everyone. Michael Kielbasa with Kielbasa Smoked Meats here. When you bring a package of our smoked sausage home, keep it simple. It's handcrafted in small batches and fully cooked, so you can just heat it up and enjoy. My favorite way to eat it is on a bun with mustard or wrapped in a tortilla. Try some from a store near you today, and if it's not the best you've ever tasted, I'll give you your money back. Guaranteed. Find Kielbasa at a store near you today.
R&R in the Morning, sitting with Jason Thompson. A lawyerforus.com is his website. 210-900-0400. 210-900-0400. Jason Thompson. I'm curious. I was in a car accident, but I wasn't the driver. I was just a passenger. Do I need a lawyer too?
I think anytime you are injured in an automobile collision, whether you were the driver, a passenger, the guy in the back seat, know this, that when insurance is involved, every insurance company I have ever heard of has a staff of lawyers on staff right now. As soon as that collision happens, whoever caused it is represented by an attorney. And if you think you're going to alone beat an insurance company's team of lawyers, you're sadly mistaken. The first thing you do is call me.
Jason Thompson, a lawyerforus.com, 210-900-0400. 210-900-0400, a lawyerforus.com.
Jason Minix here for Garageization. You've heard me tell you about their shelving, overhead racks, and storage systems to make your garage functional for the entire family. If you have issues with your garage, call 210-664-4494. Have them come out and give you a free consultation. Garageization couldn't be a better choice. A veteran family-owned and operated business for more than a decade. Give them a call at 210-664-4494 or go to the website garageorganizationsanantonio.com.
Okay, my shipments have to get to customers on time and looking good.
It's possible with Staples Connect. Staples Connect has small business shipping covered with premium shipping supplies and UPS shipping services. And now, buy two, get one free on select shipping supplies like bubble roll and premium shipping boxes. Plus, get 20% off UPS Express shipping services. Explore what's new at your local Staples store or staplesconnect.com. Staples Connect, the working and learning store. Ends 10/30. Visit staplesconnect.com/shipping for details.
Today's pros need today's tools, and nobody understands that better than the Home Depot. Our app makes it simpler to get supplies ordered and delivered. Our online project calculators cut guesswork and last-second supply runs. Job site delivery puts what you need where and when you need it. And rental puts the right equipment in your hands, but not your overhead. That's how today's pros get more done. New tech, new tools, old-fashioned hard work. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? So it's about time for an oil change? We've got what you need. Right now, you can get 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic or synthetic high mileage motor oil and an STP extended life oil filter for just $36.99. And you can get it all fast, your way. Just order online with our free same-day store pickup or next-day delivery.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Start your job today at AutoZone.com. Restrictions apply.
The best arms in the game battling the best bats. Get the latest series news, updates, analysis, and more. Astros, Braves, the 2021 World Series. ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Hey, it's Greeny, and I've only got 10 seconds, so here's my plug. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
It's R&R in the Morning. He's Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson. Thanks for joining us on a Thursday. Football weekend begins tonight. Boy, it looked like a good game. I still expect a barn burner
I still
tonight.
think it'll be a good game.
Packers are coming into it a bit hamstrung, though. They keep losing wide receivers so due to COVID and other issues, but it's still Aaron Rodgers. They have Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
The defense is better. That offense is, it's Aaron. And, the Cardinals are undefeated. They have beaten the Rams. They have a signature win.
They're in a no-win situation, though, Rob.
That's what I'm saying.
If they win, it's like, yeah, of course. And if they lose, you're like, oh, my God, we thought you were elite, and you lost to a Green Bay Packer team without two of their major weapons. So tonight is just one of those games. If you're the Cardinals, it's like, go out there and do what you got to do. Chandler Jones does return. J.J. Watt. Oh, shocking. J.J. Watt's hurt. Then, I don't make fun of people being injured, but it's not a shocker that J.J. Watt is hurt. Well, at least I don't have to see him do his fake hustle warm-ups before the thing where he's waxed like he's working out harder than everybody else on the field. Oh, J.J. Watt, oh my gosh, he's so intense. But no-win situations to just go out and win the game, Cardinals. But I'll say this, and I'll have to ask Barry about this. I wish Barry was on today. 6.5?
That's big.
I have a feeling Aaron can still cover that, Rob. I don't want to mess with it. But I have a feeling Aaron can still cover that 6.5.
If the Cardinals win and we see that kind of performance that we tend to get on Thursday nights, and could Kyler win the MVP tonight?
Dude, there's legit 5 MVP candidates. It's going to take the whole season because I think Kyler could be, I think Tom could be, I think Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. Like it's a good race. It's a really good race this year.
It might be if they do too early, one of those early signature things that you forget about.
Right.
But I do feel like,
and keep in mind, this Cardinal team beat the Titans. And at the beginning of the season, it was like, who cares? But now that the Titans have beat the Chiefs, they beat Buffalo. I know this isn't college, but that looks like a good win for the Cardinals beating the Titans.
Well, that's 2 signatures. If you want to take strength of schedule and go those Sagarin ratings where you add and subtract according to future losses and wins, the Titans and the Rams, pretty impressive.
Yeah. And if you're a Cowboy fan watching this game tonight, which I know you will, you probably want to see, how do we match up against these two teams? Are the Cardinals really real if they can't stop Aaron Rodgers without Devontae Adams? So, if you're a Cowboy fan, I think you have vested interest because this is undefeated, 1 loss, Cowboys 1 loss. This is everything is home field advantage going forward.
If you are a defensive coordinator, would you blitz Kyler Murray?
No.
Just bracket him. You hope to just keep him in the pocket.
Not much. I'm playing gap assignments. I'm staying in my lane. I'm keeping him bottled up as much as possible. I might not even come at him much at all.
It's like just send 3 and
yeah, man. You got to keep Mighty Mouse bottled up. There's certain guys you just don't come at. He's gotten better every year. When you look at his completion percentage, I think he's in the 70s this year, which is insane. And this is without Larry Fitzgerald. So no, I'm not coming at little Mighty Mouse too much. He's starting to. It's getting scary because he's starting to figure it out and the game's slowing down.
The old axiom in basketball was you press a pressing team. And my thought is, because if you're going to try to take everything away from him and dare him to beat you, which seems to be the plan, we're going to get into a zone. We're going to protect 10 yards around, 8 guys out there that you're going to have to run through us. But that hasn't worked. So I wonder if you just put some pressure on him and go the old school method of maybe my best pass defense is pressure on this quarterback.
You know what? Yeah, I mean, hell, you got to try something different than what everybody else has been doing.
I will say this, and I can only frame things in my perspective as a Cowboy fan. And when the Cowboys and the Cardinals are meeting like week 16,
17,
something late in the season where it might not even matter. It certainly won't matter for the Cowboys unless they're chasing home field throughout the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying.
Because they'll have the East locked up by then. You assume.
Yeah. Well, yeah, week 17, the division will be locked up by week 12 for the Cowboys. That division is bad, but again, it will home field be on the line.
Just a couple things to take into the game tonight. This will be the 3rd matchup all time between the reigning MVP and a team 7-0 or better. Rodgers lost to the 7-0 Panthers in 2015. Don Marrico beat the 12-0 Bears in 1984 or 85, and look what it did for Don Marrico in his career. The Cardinals are looking to start 8-0 for the first time in franchise history. Back in 74, they went 7-0. That was when that team had Terry Metcalf. Eric Metcalf's dad was the running back on that Cardinals team. Just a little random nugget you can take with you. Aaron Rodgers lost 3 straight starts versus the Cardinals, including playoffs, tied for the 2nd longest losing streak versus a single opponent. Only the 49ers have beaten him more often.
So they kind of own Aaron Rodgers?
Well, I mean, They don't play all that often, and
Right.
it seems like the Packers only get the Cardinals when the Cardinals are hot. Packers haven't beaten an opponent that's 7-0 or better since 1934, according to Elias, beating the 10-0 Lions. Lost 6 straight games to opponents that are 7-0 or better. Aaron Rodgers is 0-3 versus teams that are 7-0 or better. But then again, they're playing teams that are 7-0. You might lose a lot of times to the good football teams.
I don't know. I don't know what to take from it with Aaron not having his best wide receiver, with his best weapon.
Yeah,
I mean, Aaron Jones is still playing, but
on
Devontae
paper,
Adams matters.
Yeah, and on paper, with a winning percentage of 0.92 or nearly 93%, 13-1, this is the best combined win percentage on a Thursday night in October or later, ever. Also be the highest combined win percentage by opponents in Week 8 or later since the Rams 8-0 played the Saints 6-1 in 2018. So on paper, this is the best Thursday night game ever scheduled. And we have been exceedingly lucky with great Thursday and Monday night games. There is very little reason to think that we won't get it again tonight. When we get back around the corner, Dallas Cowboys went back to practicing yesterday, and a presumed starter, he wasn't practicing with the ones. Not a surprise. We'll tell you who it is and see if Dak can cross the threshold.
I don't know.
Whatever the hell that is.
Yeah, what is
to
this?
get himself in the game on Halloween night. Cowboys talk coming your direction, but only after we pay for this restaurant quality radio show. You're on R&R in the morning, and this is San Antonio's Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Friday nights mean one thing. San Antonio Sports Stars High School Football Game of the Week, powered by Hill Electric. Jason Minix and Kevin Brock have the call each week beginning at 7 p.m. from the GPS of Texas broadcast booth. A Friday night Texas tradition.
Tomorrow, a district showdown between the Johnson Jaguars and Reagan Rattlers. 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff.
High school football each week from San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
1911 Cigars is the premier cigar lounge in South Texas, providing quality, affordable cigars in a professional, inviting environment with a large covered patio with TVs. A BYOB establishment, 1911 Cigars strives to allow the avid cigar connoisseur a comfortable place to relax, socialize, network, and of course enjoy a great cigar. 1911 Cigars is available for private events and has private cabanas with TVs, fire pits, and heaters. 1911 Cigars at 207 South Main Street in Cibolo. Online at 1911cigars.com.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
For nearly 30 years, Thomas J. Henry has fought day in and day out for every client we've had the honor of representing. In our town, in our community, we will always be the name you trust. Thomas J. Henry, available 24/7 nights and weekends. San Antonio, Texas.
Your safety and full satisfaction is My Collision Center's top priority. Free estimates and no appointment necessary. We work for you. If you've been in an accident, visit My Collision Center for a free estimate today. With 5 area locations, visit mycollisioncenter.com.
There's a story about a woman who got into the office a little earlier than usual, and a coworker who noticed it wanted to tease her a little, so she asked, "Did you wake up grouchy?" The woman replied, "No, I let him sleep in." The truth of the matter is that complaining is what we see in other people, but very rarely see it in ourselves. And even when we do see it, it's a hard habit to break. We are conditioned by our culture. Bad news sells better than good news, and opinions are pretty negative. Everyone becomes a tough guy in the anonymity of the internet, where you can read scathing opinions about the most trivial things. The bottom line is that complaining makes most people unhappy, and it doesn't work. This is why the Apostle Paul writes to the church in Philippi to stop grumbling and arguing. The key to change is to recognize that there's a bit of the complainer in most of us, and to make sure that we find the positives in life. This is Mark Absher, the MacArthur Park Church of Christ, with encouragement to watch your life and not be overrun by negativity. Visit us online at macarthurchurch.org. The MacArthur Park Church of Christ, connecting God and people.
If you love football, come to the San Antonio Quarterback Club every Tuesday from 11 to 1 at the Shira Hills Baptist Church. Join UTSA coaches for Roadrunner game highlights, plus feature guest speakers for great food and football talk. The San Antonio Quarterback Club is a proud supporter of Gridiron Heroes Spinal Cord Injury Foundation. Tuesday's guest speaker is Louis Stroud, a man that spent over 40 years officiating NFL football. Join us Tuesday 11 to 1 at Shira Hills Baptist Church for food and football talk at the San Antonio Quarterback Club.
For over 2 centuries, Jim Beam has been bringing people together. Now you can bring them wherever you go with friends and family. Introducing Jim Beam Highballs to go, refreshing and ready for sharing. Their classic highball and Beam and Ginger Highball are made with Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. They're a new take on a tradition, 7 generations in the making. Find Jim Beam Highballs to go at a store near you. Jim Beam Classic Highball made with Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, natural flavors, and seltzer water. 5% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2020, James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart.
Progressive Motorcycle presents Road Wisdom from the Motor. Half man. To find your balance, keep riding. And if you stop, put your feet down so you don't fall. Progressive Motorcycle also presents Roadside Assistance. Progressive Motorcycle for those who were born to ride. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
At Shell, we know from the time you get up to the time you wrap up, there's a lot of meetups, eat-ups, and hurry-ups. So come to Shell and get 3 things done at once. Fill up with Shell V-Power Nitro Plus to help keep your engine running like new. Save up with the Fuel Rewards program and never pay full price for gas again. And snack up with in-store rewards to save even more at the pump. Make the most of the stop you need to make with Shell and engines that continuously use Shell V-Power Nitro Plus premium gasoline. See full terms and conditions at fuelrewards.com.
5G is here, but the big carriers want you to sign a pricey long-term contract to get in on the action. Well, no more, because Straight Talk Wireless has rolled out 5G coverage nationwide, with plans starting at just $35 a month with no contract. And get a Samsung Galaxy A32 5G for only $299, all on America's best networks. 5G coverage, 5G phones, less money. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required, actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. But to cruise through challenges, you need someone who's right there with you. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PCs and tech advice you need to get past whatever's in front of you and get where you want to go. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
From the Mother's Window Tint Studio, one team, one mission, KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J, R&R in the morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. It's R&R in the morning. You're on San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning.
We awake to a fall morn. If you haven't stepped outside yet and you're listening to us on one of your devices, just talk to your smart speaker. Say play sasportstar.com.
Hey, you know what? I like those things. Do you have one?
Oh, I've got them in every room. I love them. I feel like I got one in every room. I walk into my room like, Alexa, turn on the light.
RPP.
Oh man, it's
rich
great.
People problem. Every room.
You know, I got a couple of them here. They gave them to us when there was a when they were starting to promote the fact
that's different.
So I got a couple, but over the years you just pick them. They're not expensive.
Oh, okay.
No, just the little dots. I don't have the big old.
Yeah, my brother-in-law has one. He's like, Siri, turn volume down to 7.
Yes.
Or
awesome.
No, Google. He says, Google, turn volume to 7. I'm like, and then he'll. I'm like, oh.
We have our Alexa on at least one light in every room. Cool. I feel like it's so. I'm in space, man. I walk in and I just wish I would say thanks Alexa, and she would say something to me, but she doesn't.
It's not the. Have you ever seen Her? Was it Her?
Oh, I have. I've seen that one with Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was a step towards the future. That's frightening.
Whose voice was that? Was that Paula Patton? It sounded like Paula Patton.
It was soothing. I liked it.
I liked her too.
It worked for me.
It's 8:04 and pumpkin beer still sucks.
Still sucks. The Dallas Cowboys this weekend are coming back in action, playing Sunday night. So for all you trick-or-treaters, all you parents of trick-or-treaters, you have fair warning.
Don't be like that, Rob.
I'm just letting everybody know that
What?
the Cowboys will be playing.
So you need to be done by 7. If I would, especially in San Antonio, I would be done by 7 because they're turning off their light. But you know what? Nowadays, that's another thing that our kids don't get the benefit of. Nowadays, you just sit outside. Everybody gets a few chairs. You put your bowl outside. Like we used to.
Yeah.
No, nobody makes you come to the door anymore. You just sit outside with the bowl. You turn on your music, have a few beers, and pass out candy. Yeah. You don't get to go to the door anymore.
I guess that's true. I haven't lived in a neighborhood in a decade.
That's right.
It's been a long time since I've had to deal with, and I say had the pleasure of.
Deal. No, you said it right.
With trick-or-treaters. So everybody just said, well, in the old days, back when I had that access, that's what we did. But at the end of the night, sometimes you just put the bowl out there.
No, you can't do that because then there's the one kid that takes 20. You're like, who cares at that point?
I don't care. Now, only thing that ever affected me is when it's like a 14-year-old dude walking up in a white T-shirt. Like,
bro, why you gotta be?
Sorry, bro.
You don't. Why, Rob? He still wants some candy, man.
Yeah, go get a job. You're 14.
Okay, what if he's 14 in a costume?
If you're walking your little brother, sibling, cousins, yeah, everybody gets some. But it's just some dude walking up, knocking on the door with like a grocery bag, like an HEB plastic bag, like trick or treat. Like,
I know the guy you're talking
Get the
about.
hell out of here, man.
That's messed up.
I refuse.
I feel you, but it just sounds messed up.
Go do like we did. Go pick on the little kids and take their candy. Don't come to me.
Oh my goodness, it's funny because I know that because I even look at them up and down. I still hook them up, but I give them that. Come on, man.
They get the circus peanuts or the candy corn. You get
You give him the apple.
You get the candy apple, or you get the dreaded toothpaste and toothbrush combo. Everybody had a dentist in their neighborhood, and that's what they always handed out, and love them.
Yeah,
I'm happy, but that's not, honest to God, that's not what they want.
Yeah, no. But I mean, nowadays, a lot of times, from what I can remember, like by the time the Cowboys are on, most people are done anyway. Like it's not a nighttime thing anymore. It used to be a nighttime thing. Now it's a daytime thing. Like, okay, get it in, get out. And
the good news is it is dark by 7 now.
Yeah,
I mean, so. And the kickoff will be right after that.
No, Cowboys playing, a lot of candy going to be put up by 7:15 kickoff.
This was a warning to both those that are staying home to watch the game and those that are going to be trick-or-treating. Get it started early. Get it going about 5. Get that lap in.
Yeah. I can't believe you dissed the 14-year-old.
I just refuse to do it. Like, come on, man. Come on, man.
I still give it to him. I'm soft. I still give him the candy, but I do give him that. Really, bro? But I still give him some candy.
Respect the effort, but you're 14. Get a job. The Cowboys went back to work yesterday and prepped for the Sunday night game.
Who wasn't with the ones?
Lael Collins has made his triumphant return from suspension for trying to pay off a urinalysis taker, and started the week with the 2s. Terrence still has the starting job, and I don't know if that will be the case on Sunday. I don't know if he was the second because, quite frankly, he hasn't practiced or played much in the last 5 weeks. But if the message or if the idea was to send a message like, look, you idiot, you could have severely cost this team for your negligence.
It still would have been bad. Lael thing would have been a much bigger story, but due to the fact that still San Antonio's own, Tyron Steele, due to the fact that he's balled out, it really bailed Collins out because everybody kind of looks for something to pick on the Cowboys about, right?
Yes.
Like, oh, let's find something. We got to hate on him in some form or fashion. So Steele really bailed Collins out because if he would have been bad, we would have been all over Collins. Like we suck because this guy did this, that, and the third. So shout out to Steele.
It's an easy stand to take for McCarthy right now, right? I mean, because Steele did play well enough. But I think we can all agree that Collins is a better tackle in the long run, just that Steele is almost as good for a third the price.
You sure, Rob?
Well, I'm not going to take away from Collins his on-field play. I mean, he has been a respectable right tackle.
I mean, they paid him for a reason.
Yeah, and the season started with him playing moderately well, skinny Lael. He came in with a different kind of attitude and body. But Terrence still has improved remarkably since he took over for Collins.
It's a good problem to have. And from what I was listening to the Blitz yesterday, they did practice with Lael at guard some.
Yeah, and I would think that would be the best answer, right?
You don't want that,
because he was a guard,
right,
at some point in his career. It feels like that would be the easiest answer.
Do you like him better than Connor? Is that what you're saying?
Well, Connor's growing, but let's not kid ourselves. The center and the left guard have been a bit of an issue. I mean, but when you're comparing your play to Zach Martin and Tyron and Lael Collins, yeah, it's hard to measure up to those guys. So, yeah, there's a drop-off. I thought Connor got a little bit better, but Collins would be an improvement.
Over Connor. Again, it's a good problem to have. We'll talk to Coach McCarthy about it tomorrow at 6:45.
Yes, sir.
Don't forget, we get started early on Fridays with the Volcan.
With the Volcan tacos. So little reminder, I got to call my man, Jonathan, to make sure
so
the barbacoa.
I guess we'll ask, I don't know what McCarthy will give us, but I guess we're going to ask him about it tomorrow.
And more importantly, and I mean, again, what you just called an RPP.
It's a rich people problem.
This is a good RPP to have. When last we saw Dak Prescott, he was limping off the field, throwing a touchdown pass to win it and straining his calf while doing it.
Right.
And I think, we looked at it like, 2 weeks. This is football. That's like 6 months.
I was like, there's nothing to this.
Well,
I still think there's nothing to it.
We'd like to think, though, he spent a week in a boot. He's not in the boot anymore. He was out and about moving and doing stuff on Monday. We have some video of that. But he says he's in a good position. Jerry says he's in a good position, but Mike McCarthy says he's going to have to cross a threshold. I don't know what that threshold is.
I'm guessing it's certain tests that the trainers again, but I do want to ask McCarthy tomorrow is because he's been around the game for a while. And I guess I can ask you this too, Rob. You mean you coach on certain levels? Like in that situation, the trainer says, Mike, we don't think he's ready. Dak comes to you and says, man, I'm fine. Let's go. Do you go with the trainer? Or do you go with the grown man that says he's fine?
I got to win football games.
You go with what Dak tells you, right?
Yes.
I mean, I know we got trainers for a reason and we got to let them do their jobs, but that's what I want to ask Mike tomorrow. Like, hey, if the trainers were to come to you and say, hey, he's not ready, but Dak tells you he's fine, let's go. Who do you listen to?
In game, I probably listen to the trainer. In game, the trainer comes and says, yeah, he's done. I probably listen.
Right.
7 days after the injury, the trainer says, I'm not sure he's ready, but Dak comes to me and says, I'm ready to go, coach. I don't know what they're talking about. I'm a little sore. I'll be fine. I'm going to go with the player. In game, I'm going to listen to the trainer just because.
And then you see how he goes. And if it looks like he's not ready, then you pull him.
Then I'll pull him. But if my guy comes to me, it's not about hiding helmets with the concussion or anything. He comes to me a week and a half out saying, yeah, this has been tough, but I'll be fine, coach. Dude, you're in. I'm not going to.
Okay. Me too.
Especially and some guys earn that trust. Others don't. Some guys will tell you something and they get out on the court and you're like, and I say court because that's my point of reference. Right. And no, you're not ready. Get sit down. What are you talking about? You're limping around out here. But and other guys you trust. And I think Dak and McCarthy I would like to have the kind of relationship where Dak would come to him in all honesty in the quietest moments and say, dude, I'm not going to be able to play. I don't think I'm going to be ready. I'm going to do everything I can. And it's up to the coach at that point to protect his player. So this is my decision. He ain't playing.
Mm-hmm.
Even though there was the player that came and said, I'm not sure I can. And I think that's a rare bird for a professional athlete to go to a coach and say, I'm not ready.
And I think Dak has also groomed himself to play from the pocket.
Yes.
So, if this is Lamar Jackson, this is Kyler Murray, it's one of the things like, okay, let me see. But Dak, he really likes to sit in the pocket and throw the ball. And then when he does scramble, he scrambles to throw. He kind of doesn't even really scramble. He kind of adjusts his body, keeps a couple steps right, couple steps left, and kind of goes to the check down. So even if he is a little tender, the way his game is now, I think he'll be fine.
The trade deadline, I wouldn't say looms, but it is right around the corner, November the 2nd. There has been a lot of talk about Michael Gallup.
Oh yeah, forget about Gallup. Is he coming back Sunday night?
That's a good question.
Okay.
I mean, could we be looking at the last week and then Michael Gallup is a Dallas Cowboy? Not that it's been a long and fruitful relationship, but we certainly do love us some Michael Gallup. And
so is this the injury we saw up close and personal? Is it still lingering from the one we saw when he flipped over the fence?
I think he's still dealing with that lower part. I think it could be that he never quite got over it.
Right.
And the sad thing is we never quite missed him.
No, they haven't.
Cedric has stepped up, played well. tight end play has stepped up. So when the Cowboys do take the Vikings, both teams are coming off their bye. The Prescott is 3-1 following a bye in his career, most recently winning 2019, 2 years ago, against the Giants. Cowboys have won 5 straight games, third longest active streak in the NFL, trailing only the Cardinals and the Packers, who are playing tonight. Dak Prescott is 4-1 head-to-head against Kirk Cousins. Cousins won their only meeting since he joined the Vikings last time. Diggs has 7 interceptions this season, most by a Cowboy player in a season since Everson Walls had 9 in 1985.
Everson Walls. I remember old Everson Walls.
We used to call him Everson Toast Walls. Now he wears a gold jacket.
He so shows how much we know.
Well, he was the quintessential feast or famine. He got a lot of picks, but he got burnt deep a lot. I mean, he would go for the ball. And
he's in the hall?
That. Yeah, I made it.
Wow.
I mean, but with his play not only for the Cowboys, but for the Giants. And I think he really kind of views himself more as a Giant than a Cowboy. But
screw him then.
He's a good dude. Trayvon Diggs, 6 straight games.
Carl's like, damn, Rudy. My bad.
No, I've had the chance to interview him more than once. And he's a good
Everson?
dude. Yeah, he's just a genuinely good guy. Normally when they go to the Giants, something happens to him,
They turn New Yorkish.
It was just a dig.
As you should. We should. We're in San Antonio. We don't cater to Giants fans.
How important is the game on Saturday night?
Saturday night?
I mean, Sunday night.
How important
for
is
the Cowboys? I mean, what happens if the Cowboys come off a bye? They're rusty. They start off slow and they stumble.
Well, look, Minnesota isn't trash. They do have a pretty good running back.
And that's where I'm headed.
Okay, they have a pretty good running back. Kirk Cousins isn't Aaron Rodgers, but he also isn't Nick Foles. Well, I won't say Nick Foles. Nick has a ring. He also isn't just some fly-by-night dude.
Mm-hmm.
And he has 2 guys to throw the ball to in Jefferson and Thielen that are very capable of putting it on you if you don't come out with your game plan right. Now, the problem with Minnesota is they're not that good defensively. If you're not that good defensively, you're not going to have much success against the Cowboys. I think Dak can, go blow for blow with anybody. That Dallas offense can go blow for blow with anybody. So this isn't some pushover game Sunday night.
Vegas.
So I don't. That would make them 5-2. If you told me before the season starts with any team, after 7 weeks you're 5-2, you take that. So I'm not going to think any less of the Cowboys should they somehow lose. They almost lost to the Patriots.
Yes.
Who their record is bad. So this is the NFL, man. Everybody gets paid and bad tape follows you. So you're going to get everybody's best, especially when the Cowboys are playing well. So
the Vikings are 4 of their 6 games this season have come down to a potential game-tying or winning field goal attempt in the final seconds of regulation or overtime. So they've been in every football game. Looked like Zimmer was going to get fired after the first month.
I thought he was. I was like, oh, this dude's done. And then they found a way to win some games where you're like, oh, okay, maybe there's something there with Minnesota. But Dalvin Cook versus Zeke, Jefferson, and Lamb, they're both second-year guys. Thielen, Amari Cooper. Hopefully it's a shootout. I love a shootout. Again, I'm just entertain me, baby. So I love a shootout. So that's what I'm hoping for Sunday night.
If Dak crosses the threshold, we'll talk more Cowboys at 9 o'clock. I don't either. In just a bit, we're doing our shoot around, getting ready for the Mavericks. Spurs on the road tonight, playing in the American Airlines Arena there in Dallas. We'll get you going in just a couple of minutes. But before then, let's get you caught up on the headlines. Things happen fast in the great big world. Carl's got all the news you need. It's time for the 411 and the 210.
Here's the 411 in the 210. Headline 2.
The Carolina Panthers are not pursuing Deshaun Watson deal ahead of the trade deadline, the source confirms. ESPN and multiple media outlets reported earlier this week that the Panthers, who stand at 3-4, had renewed their interest in potentially pursuing a Watson trade amid the team's 4-game losing streak and the benching of quarterback Sam Darnold in Sunday's loss to the New York Giants. However, Carolina reportedly explored the possibility of trading for Watson during the offseason coming up instead of before this trade deadline.
Maybe the owner vetoed it. This is the owner that did take over for a owner who had some issues with, harassing women, right? So maybe your GM's like, yeah, we're in the hunt, and maybe the owner says, I think you forgot how I got this team. we're not pursuing Deshaun Watson.
What do you make of the it's kind of a half-ass rumor, but it is out there.
Which one?
That Matt Rule might not be completely down to continue being an NFL coach, that if the right college job came around.
I believe it.
You believe that?
I believe it.
Do you think that played any role in whether Deshaun Watson was in the future plans for them?
I don't know. You know, now the rumors are out there that Deshaun is still only signed off on the Dolphins. So maybe Carolina's like, dude, we don't want you anywhere you don't want to be wanted. But I do think if a LSU or Texas or the right job, like you said, the right college job, because it seems like he fits better there in college. So I can see him definitely being like a Saban, a Spurrier, one of those guys that are like, you know what, I tried it. I got a big check. Now I'm going to go back to where I'm really comfortable and where I made. I mean, he was an NFL coach prior to being at Baylor as far as like an assistant. But I could see him going back to college for the right gig.
The Cowboys broke the Panthers. They
I know.
Not been
Ever
the
since
same.
they ain't been the same.
Now, obviously, they've been dealing with a few injuries,
McCaffrey's injury helped too, but the Cowboys did kind of break the facade that this was supposed to be some Super Bowl team.
I saw that report floating around yesterday, and the timing just seems odd. That suddenly maybe Matt Rule might be in contention. We're hearing rumors that James Franklin from Penn State might be the odds-on candidate for LSU. That Penn State job might be something awfully pretty for a Matt Rule.
Is LSU better a job than Penn State?
I think they're probably about equal.
That's what I thought, too.
I mean, for different reasons, but at the end of the day, they're both that's a destination job.
Penn State got more history.
Yes. I mean, and so does LSU. I mean, you're both playing in legendary conferences at legendary universities, and you get the best of everything. Those are the last stop in college. Those are last stop gigs. Certainly both above the Baylor gig. So it would be in the long run, maybe a lateral move from the head coach of an NFL team, but it's certainly a step up from Baylor. Both of those. So interesting.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Headline 1.
Tua Tagovailoa is confident in his status as the Miami Dolphins quarterback after a talk with Brian Flores amid reports of the Dolphins' interest in trading for the Houston Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson. Current starter Tua Tagovailoa was asked whether or not he felt like he was wanted by the team, which is a loaded question. He smiled and he says, "I don't not feel wanted," he said. "That's what I could say."
I don't not feel wanted?
Yeah, double negative, confused. I know.
No, I think that was perfect for him. I think he's toned it the right way.
I'm confused.
Well, imagine the situation you're in. You've got an owner talking about Deshaun Watson, a quarterback on another team, like, hey, we'll make the deal if we can get some assurances. You've got a team that is floundering. You're not comfortable. No, they don't want him. Your owner's talking about another guy. What a terrible situation. Out loud. What a terrible situation to be in. Of course they don't want you.
Props to him for being a professional.
Yes. What else are you going to do?
He's being a pro about it. And again, I don't think if Tua's smart, and he got to be to play that position, he has to know that this doesn't mean he can't play. This just means they have a better option. This just mean they feel Deshaun's a better option. Doesn't mean you suck. But this guy, it's just like anything. Like, when Garoppolo was coming off a Super Bowl and they were trying to get Tom. Like, hey, Garoppolo, you don't stink, but we got a chance to get Tom. So if Tua, I hope he remains confident wherever he ends up if this goes through, because the kid can play, but Deshaun Watson is just better than you.
And if I'm Tua, I want out. I'll go anywhere. It'll be nice to be someplace where the expectations are a bit more realistic.
But you just got to remain professional.
And
I mean, it sucks you have to, because I know what he really wants to come to the podium and say. Like, you know what? Screw Flores and screw Ross. Like, get me out of here.
Yeah, because
you got to maintain professionalism.
You guys have hamstrung me at every opportunity. Every opportunity.
Yeah.
So I don't not like it here.
Right.
Okay. I appreciate the way you put it, because it was aptly said. I don't not feel wanted. Okay. Tough. Moving on. 2-1.
Damn, poor kid. He'll be all right.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
Native American group blasts the MLB commissioner Rob Manfred over the tomahawk chop comments. The nation's largest Native American organization is disputing MLB commissioner's Rob Manfred reasons on the Atlanta Braves nickname and its tomahawk chop fan rituals should be allowed to continue. Calling it a local issue, Manfred said on Tuesday, we mentioned this yesterday, the Native American community is in the region is, quote, fully supportive of the Braves program, including the CHOP. For me, that's kind of the end of the story. However, the National Congress of American Indians countered the statement on Wednesday, saying nothing can be further from the truth, noting how the MLB markets the game nationally and internationally. NCAI President Fawn Sharp said the Braves' name, logo, and CHOP are, quote, meant to depict and caricature not just one tribal community, but all Native people, and that is certainly how baseball fans and Native people everywhere interpret them.
Well, I wouldn't say everywhere.
How do you interpret it?
We know that at some point, the Braves are going to change their name. It's going to happen. You can fight it for as long as you want. The Redskins fought it forever.
The Blackhawks aren't being forced to change their name.
They're not yet. But it's going to happen. So it's not going to happen now, but I can see the Braves' point of view. Look, I sell tickets in Atlanta. I sell tickets in Georgia. And the Native American groups around here seem to be happy, and I can only sell tickets to them. But at the end of the day, the council is right.
Yeah, this is a Native American issue that I'm going to leave to them. If the biggest Native American group in the country is saying we don't like it, Rudy J steps back and I just grab my popcorn.
I mean,
I just watched the show from the sideline. You know, they say you never ask the sideline to score in a pickup basketball game. You know what I mean? Like, hey, he's on the sideline. I'm on the sideline. Don't ask me to score. I don't know if he traveled. I don't know if that was a foul.
All I know is I got next.
Exactly. All I know is I got next. So, hey, I'm gonna let Manfred have this. But Manfred, he's been known to have diarrhea of the mouth since he got to the MLB. So, morning, Bob Martin.
You can fight
I don't know
it.
If that's his real name.
You can fight the tide. You can build the dam, but eventually the water wins. Eventually the water wins. I mean, it will erode. It will happen. Unfortunately, he has something to stand on. The Braves do. Look, around the people that buy my tickets don't seem to be upset about it, and they can hold on, but eventually they will be.
There's
upset.
something to that, though.
Yes, until there's financial pain, we're going to stick with it. Cleveland reached the end of it, and they split the baby. We're not going to be them. We're going to be the Guardians. Though, if you want some Indian swag, it's our gear. It's in our shop. We got some Cleveland Guardian news.
Yeah, we got some Guardian.
And it ain't about the baseball team. It's about the roller derby team.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a bit. Moving on.
That's the 411 and a 210.
Hey, let's get you ready. The Spurs are in Dallas. The age-old rivalry renewed with a bunch of new faces. Jason Kidd is the head coach of your Dallas Mavericks.
Weird.
In the last game out, Jason Kidd played everybody on the roster. You know, he has a team council, and he felt like every guy on the team had worked hard, and the council agreed, so everybody got to play.
What is this? SOA? Kids basketball?
Well, I'll tell you, what a different place that is over Rick Carlisle. You think Rick Carlisle was going to listen to a team council and play everybody on the team?
Never.
I don't think that would have happened. Spurs, Mavericks tonight. Shoot around next. You are on R&R in the morning. This is San Antonio Spurs Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Sports Center is brought to you by Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. Available at H-E-B.
The Houston Astros bounce back to win Game 2 of the World Series 7-2. Jose Urquidy got the win and run support to help tie the series at 1-1 going into Game 3 in Atlanta tomorrow night. The San Antonio Spurs assigned 2021 draft picks Josh Primo and Joe Wieskamp to the Austin Spurs yesterday as the Spurs G League affiliate began their training camp preparing for a November 5th first game of the season. The San Antonio Spurs start a 3-game road trip tonight against the Dallas Mavericks. Tip-off is at 7:30. And the Houston Rockets are also in action tonight as they host the undefeated Utah Jazz at 7. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Karl Schoening.
Exam 4 needs to be sanitized.
Mersana's MRI clinic isn't operating at max efficiency. She needs a new certified tech certifiably now.
Someone's waiting in room 2 for an ACL scan. Can you handle that?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Central Builders Incorporated is a family-owned, award-winning general contractor headquartered in San Antonio. Since 1989, CBI has completed over $1 billion in construction projects, including large-scale remodeling, expansions, and ground-up construction. The award-winning CBI has also been recognized by the San Antonio Business Journal as one of the best places to work for the past 4 years, and Central Builders is hiring. Learn more at centralbuilders.net. That's centralbuilders.net.
R&R in the Morning, sitting with Jason Thompson. A lawyerforus.com is his website. 210-900-0400. 210-900-0400. Jason Thompson, I'm curious. I was in a car accident, but I wasn't the driver. I was just a passenger. Do I need a lawyer too?
I think anytime you are injured in an automobile collision, whether you were the driver, a passenger, the guy in the back seat, know this, that when insurance is involved, every insurance company I have ever heard of has a staff of lawyers on staff right now. As soon as that collision happens, whoever caused it is represented by an attorney. And if you think you're going to alone beat an insurance company's team of lawyers, you're sadly mistaken. The first thing you do is call me.
Jason Thompson, a lawyerforus.com, 210-900-0400. 210-900-0400, a lawyerforus.com. I'm here with Dr. Jason Garrett of Arasti. I want to talk about something very near and dear to me, lower back pain. Everybody deals with it at some point or another. My question to you is, what can I do to help prevent those spasms? And how can I stay healthy and get healthy after the spasm has begun?
That's a great question. And unfortunately, low back pain can strike at any time, at any moment. You can do the same thing over and over, like, for example, getting in and out of your car. And all of a sudden, one day you get out of your car and, my back locked up. I don't understand what happened. I've done the exact same thing. Low back is just like diet and exercise. If you don't do stuff to keep it healthy, over time, something's going to give. So if you imagine your spine is almost like a center pole in a tent, and you've got tendons and muscles pulling in the front, the back, and the sides, if those aren't pulling in equal directions, meaning they're equally flexible and equally strong, one side's going to take a lot more tension. So typically in most people, they sit all day long, sit in front of a computer, sit in their car, and they're bent forward. So their hip flexors, the muscles in their abs are a lot more shortened and tight. Then when they go to stand up, those muscles pull on those back muscles, and the back muscles are overstretched and weak, and something's going to give. So it may not give the first 500 times, but if you're not doing a good job of stretching out those muscles in the front and really strengthening, ideally, your glutes, your hamstrings, your low back muscles, doing things that get you more balanced, you're going to have a back issue at some point. About 80% of America has a low back pain episode at some point in their life, and most of those recur frequently. So once you start having back issues, if you don't aggressively address it, it's going to come back over and over.
Arasti specializes in those soft tissue injuries and those chronic pains, things like your lower back. The exercises that you teach, is it a daily thing, or is it just something that you need to deal with when your back hurts?
You really should be doing most of these things pretty frequently. I mean, some of it's as simple as, if you've been sitting for an hour, get up and move around, stretch out your hip flexors, just take a lap around your office, get up and move. Movement is so much healthier than people realize. Static, sitting still, is the worst thing you can do for your back. So yes, we'll give you very specific exercises. No, you don't have to do them every single day, but in general, get up and move around more.
Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. Get back in the game. Call Arasti, number 1-800-404-6050, or go to Arasti.com.
O'Reilly.
Don't miss See Better, Drive Safer month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, get a $15 gift card after mail-in rebate when you purchase a pair of select wiper blades. Our professional parts people will even install them for free. Plus, earn triple O Rewards points. Get ready for the weather ahead during See Better, Drive Safer month at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hey, this is Kirk Herbstreit, and this season, with the help from our friends from the College Football Playoff in Eckridge, we're going to crown the first ever national tailgate champion.
I haven't washed my lucky apron since the big game in '96.
Oh, yeah?
My tailgate hot sauce hits harder than a linebacker.
Well, honey, you haven't lived till you've had my Eckrich smoked sausage cheese dip.
Now I'm fired up. Are you the national tailgate champion? Eckrich, you do you.
Eckrich is an official sponsor of the College Football Playoff. No purchase necessary. Hence 12/13/21. To enter and for official rules, visit eckrich.com/tailgate.
Get the latest on the Road Runners all week long, right here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
It's R&R in the morning. It's a game day balla. Patty can take it, but we're going to keep it with us.
Stop stealing, man.
I'm not stealing.
You can't be having Pat. You can't. He left. He's gone.
He did.
It went with him.
It is his legacy.
It's like
I think Patty would want us to use it in good health.
It's like when you try to leave the home because it's cursed, and the spirit follows you. You can't just leave the home. That's why they never just move out. The spirit of game day bala is in Brooklyn.
Well, what are we going to say? We got to have our thing. It
We're
was
gonna
our
say,
thing
Por
for a
vida.
long time.
Por vida.
Por vida? That doesn't, yeah, okay.
Game day por vida.
If y'all can pause for just 1 second.
What?
It is time for it.
R&R gets you ready for tonight's game.
Oh.
The shooter app.
Now y'all can continue. Go ahead.
See, we invest in high-quality intros.
Well, damn it.
But game day balla. Okay, maybe that's a Twitter follow. That should be a Twitter poll. Should we be allowed to continue to use that, even though he still uses it in Brooklyn? Because I see his tweets. He's still using it.
He does?
Yes, he still does.
Do I follow Patty? I should be. Patty's a good follow.
Spurs Mavericks tonight. Spurs come into the game having lost 3 consecutive games. Not unexpected, but valiant in their efforts. Competitive in all, though not able to put the icing on the pre-baked cake. Averaging 112 points a game. The Mavericks average 102. They average 44.8 rebounds. The bad guys, the Mavericks, average 50. Spurs average nearly 30 assists a game.
As they're going to need to.
29.5. That is respectable. The assist game with the Mavs a little bit shorter. Luka dominates the ball, so you're going to have fewer assists. But
Jason Kidd doesn't want him to, though.
Well,
he said right when he got the job that Luka's going to have to learn to trust his teammates more. Michael Jordan got told that.
No,
Kobe
I
Bryant got told that. Luka's not above it.
Well, give me a teammate I can appreciate, and I will appreciate them a whole lot more. I got Porzingis and a bunch of late first rounders coming around me. You're telling me the best second or third best player on my team is
Tim Hardaway Jr.
Is it Tim Hardaway Jr.?
I think so.
I think it is too.
Yeah.
And there's not really a close fourth.
No, he's alone. So yeah, I'll trust him when you give me somebody to trust. Spurs averaging nearly 10 steals a game, 9.8, 7.3 steals to the Mavs. No, small sample size, of course. Turnovers, not as pretty. Averaging almost 14 a game. The Mavericks at 12.7. Field goal percentage, almost 50%. Respectable, 47.6. The Mavs take a lot of bad shots, but a lot of them are threes. They're shooting 40.4%. 30.5% from three. The Spurs actually have a better shooting percentage.
What we shoot from three?
32.6%. Free throws is embarrassing.
Let's not talk about free
Spurs
throws.
are shooting 65% from the charity stripe. It is charity. It's called free, and you don't take it. The Mavericks shooting a more respectable, more NBA-like 76% from the three-point line.
That's no bueno. Like, what's the point of working so hard to get to the line if we're going to do that? But they had a bad one the other night. They went 12 of 22, so maybe they'll right those wrongs. Trust me, Pop. If we know, Pop knows. And that's something they're working toward. And it's about hitting free throws when you're tired.
Timely,
because that's when when you're missing them in the fourth quarter. It's because you're a little bit fatigued. And guys, I think you could get in all the training camp shape you want to. I think these first 15 games are really getting into full blown NBA game shape, which I don't think Keldon's there. I was looking at Keldon the other day, like he's already a big kid, right? He's full body, big boned. Well, there's no such thing as big boned. That's just something people that are my size made up.
Oh, I have huge bones.
But I think Keldon could be in a little bit better NBA shape. Like Rudy J, Rob, Karl shape, phenomenal. NBA shape, yeah. I think he could be a little bit more NBA lean.
You know, we think of what the Spurs are.
What are they?
Well, let's think about what are we trying to be.
They're a young team that are going to rely on the man next to him for the entire season. They're raw brisket. In Texas, what do we love? We love barbecue. And what do we love the most? We love brisket. This is a brisket. This is going to take time. This is why we're not coming in here after they lose and killing them. Like, this is going to be low and slow. We're still seasoning this brisket that is the Spurs, and it's going to take time. That's why when they do lose, that's why we come in here and we say, hey, you know what? The effort was there. They played well. They had 30 assists. They shot well. They defended well. They just didn't get it done. So, to me, I see a young team that's going to rely on each other, is going to win some games, they're going to lose some games. It's a brisket. It takes time.
I appreciate the analogy, and I completely agree. We're trying to become a 3-point shooting team.
As we should.
What's our goal? 40 a night? 35
I
40?
said 35. I don't remember what Karl said.
But, I mean, certainly way up from the past. We're averaging right at 57 points a game in the paint.
I can dig that. Most of that's Pirtle.
Well, most of it's Pirtle, but I think a lot of it.
Keldon gets to the rack as well.
And it's about getting to the rack. I think a lot of times you think points in the paint and you think a big man posting up, little hook shot, layup, post seal, and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Points in the paint are layups. That's fast break points. That's getting to the rack in an offense where we're a 3-point or a layup team. No mid range. Most teams are like that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So we're seeing that. But the interesting thing about the points in the paint stuff isn't about Pirtle, because I think Pirtle is being used on the elbows more than he has been in a bit. He is very much a part of this offense. It's very interesting to watch. That's what we know about the Spurs. We know ourselves. We need to know our enemy.
Know your enemy.
I like that.
What group is this again? Green Day?
That's Green Day.
Okay. I know a little bit about Green Day. I know maybe a song or two.
Primary to our enemy, it's the Luka show.
It's the Luka, because Porzingis is already dealing with some things. So, again, Jason Kidd, I don't know. Like, I don't know what he is as a coach. Like, there's certain coaches that have been recycled where you're like, okay, I know he likes to do this. Jason Kidd, I don't know what he likes to do other than run into referees and spill water to get an extra timeout. Salud, K-Dot. Luka, Tim Hardaway Jr., and some guys.
Tonight's prospective starting lineup is Hardaway Jr. at point guard, Dwight Powell at shooting forward, Dorian Finney-Smith, the law firm, at small forward, Kristaps Porzingis at a very small power forward, a giant small power forward, and Luka Doncic as well. I appreciate being less.
Let me look at them. Go ahead.
Of the focus on the offense, but it's Luka here, it's Luka now, it's Luka later. It's all Luka.
He signed that 200, right? He signed his 200 this summer.
Of course he did.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Let me see. Let me make sure. Dallas 2-1, scoring about they're scoring 102. They're giving up 105. 1-2 in a row. I don't know, man. 4th seed right now. They had to take a step. I do like Powell. I've always liked him. I like his. You don't like his game? I like it. I like the athletic ability.
He's serviceable.
Yeah, that's what I mean. When I say I like his game, I'm not saying he's an Embiid or anybody like that.
I'm not dying to get him on any of my teams.
7 points a game. Takes about 5 shots a game.
I just like him because he's a rim protector and he can play in the pick and roll.
Yeah,
rim protector's a little bit much. He can block shots.
Yeah,
and he can play pick and roll lob basketball, which is what we ask of our bigs nowadays.
It's funny. I don't know what to expect from this Maverick team. I really don't. I don't know what
you can expect is 40 from Luka, and then the rest of those guys get in where they fit in.
And with that in mind, don't you think Pop feels the same way? Pop is notorious for letting everybody else beat us, or forcing everybody else to beat us. He used to let Russell go get 50 just
he
because.
To do the same with Amari Stoudemire.
And Amari and Luka as well. He's let go get a bunch of buckets. And, you can take every shot you'd like. It's just everybody else that we're going to kind of shut down. And I think that's been the book on the Mavericks. We were heading into break talking about what Jason Kidd has done. And he has, I think part of the Mavericks issues were Rick Carlisle was an autocratic coach, old school, one that it was his team. He did it his way, and he had been successful a long time, or at least the success was perceived, though the record might not have proved the same. And for Kidd to come in and have a team player council and decide we're playing all 15 because you guys feel like they deserve to go there, I think there's that kind of egalitarian view of what a team's going to be. But that's not how you win NBA series and championships. Making sure number 15 gets 5 minutes.
I don't know. Maybe it was a team building activity.
It's going to be fun watching the dynamic of a point guard and Jason Kidd, who is a giver by nature. He loved the pass. Luka can pass like Jason Kidd, but can score far better than Jason ever did.
Oh my!
And for a guy like a new coach to walk into Luka and say, "I know you've been everything to everybody. I need you to dial it back."
Let's keep that strategy going. I'm good with that strategy as a Spurs fan.
Right.
Go ahead and let Luka, bump that usage rate down to 25% instead of 30%. Yeah, that sounds great.
I know what he means. I know what he means, though, Karl. I understand what he means because at some point, it's like I remember the sit down Kobe had with T-Mac, and they were talking about James Harden, and they were like, "Hey, he's doing what he has to do for them to make it through the regular season, right?" But Kobe said, "But come playoffs, it's so easy to defend." And I feel like it's the same thing with Luka. Like when everything slows down and it's 4 out of 7, that Harden and Luka style, it's easy to defend. You could just load up on them. Like, so I know what Kidd means. Like, yeah, for the 82, yes, Luka and what Luka does and what Harden was doing in Houston is beautiful. It's fun to watch. It's entertaining. Going to win a lot of games because they just unstoppable. But when everything slows down and they got tape on you and they know you like their tendencies and stuff, that's why they haven't had the success that they would like to have in the postseason. But I know what you mean too. Like, hey, yeah, pass the ball, Luka. I'd much rather have Tim Hardaway Jr. shooting it than Luka if you're a Spurs fan. So I know what you mean too, Karl.
Looking at the Spurs scoring, how it's been distributed, it's early, certainly. Not a lot of games to pull data out of. They're averaging 110.7 points on the road, 27.1 to start the game in the first quarter, at 28 in the second and third, and 27.6 in the fourth. Pretty consistent scoring, not quite like it was at home, where they started out hot and had their toughest scoring was in the fourth at 26.8. So we're seeing consistent scoring. We're seeing group scoring. We're seeing 10, 11 guys with points on the board, and we're seeing 7 contributing with 25 minutes a game.
Mm-hmm.
Spurs lead the league in assists.
Ridiculous.
And I think they're second in field goal percentage.
And that is so important. And that's why they have been competitive in these games, because if you don't have a closer, if you don't have a dude that in the last 3 minutes, it's yours, go get it. We saw what Russell Westbrook did to us. That's what a closer does. You better lead the league in assists. You better be a free giver, but an intelligent giver.
Karl is calling this team the beautiful game part 2. Okay, Karl.
I'm
kidding. I'm kidding. I know you didn't say that.
But,
I know you didn't say that. I'm messing with you, dog. I'm messing with you.
But that is the intent. Can we agree on that? The intent is for this to be the beautiful game part 2.
Yeah.
Until we get the closer.
We have one more.
Let's do.
What we got?
We got to figure out
Inside the training room.
Who's playing and who's not.
Hurt myself today.
Who is that? Johnny Cash?
That's Johnny Cash.
See, I know a little bit. I'm eclectic.
You survived my playlist.
I did, but we talked over it most of the time. But is Porzingis playing? He had a back issue the other night. Let's see, Sterling Brown day to day. Kristaps Porzingis is day to day as well.
I expect to see Kristaps tonight at home.
Man, that dude, I don't know if I expect to see him play. He's a China shop. I mean, that dude, it's not his fault. It is what it is. Some guys are just injury prone.
Spurs, let's see. What's we got a line here? Plus 6.5 tonight.
Dougie McBuckets is out.
Yeah, no McBuckets the entire road trip. He'll be coming back when they host the Mavericks on November.
And we're dealing with knee soreness or tightness. That was
swelling.
So we do have some inflammation there.
That sucks because he's just coming off 7 threes or something like that.
That was against the Bucks.
Yeah, that was against the Bucks.
He didn't play too well against the Lakers.
Spurs plus 6.5 tonight. You like that?
Plus 6.5. Yeah, I like it.
I kind of.
They've been keeping stuff close. I like 6.5.
I think that's a doable number.
I might buy 2 and make it 8.5.
Maybe
just to stay
Feel
safe.
A little bit more comfortable. But that's your shoot around. We do it every game day. There is a banner that needs your name. You look into a sponsor segment. It's there. We'll plug it right in when we come back. We'll look forward to the 9 o'clock hour. The Guardians of Cleveland yes, the roller derby team, not the baseball team, are due some money. We'll talk about what's going on in Cleveland. Sean Ryan will be here in the 9 o'clock. We'll continue looking toward the NFL, our pro football pick'em contest coming, what you should be cheering for, and we're going to give away some tickets to Traders Village Corny Maze when we come back from break. This is R&R in the Morning. You are on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Score $1,000 now into the winning keyword, fall, F-A-L-L. Fall at sasportstar.com. Good luck from San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
If you can't sleep because of annoying knee pain, that's a problem. If you stop running because your feet always hurt, that's a problem. If your elbow, shoulder, and neck pain make it impossible for you to do your job, that is a problem. And it's time to finally do something about it. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. No medications, no injections. Arasti treatment is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, we accept most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
What does Airtron provide its employees? Stability, security, a sense of satisfaction at the end of each day. Airtron has immediate openings for HVAC service technicians and installers. Are you skilled with your hands? Do you have a high school diploma or equivalent? Have you attended tech school? Are you a self-starter who pays attention to detail but also enjoys being part of a winning team? If yes, apply today. Go online to airtronsa.com for employment opportunities. That's airtronsa.com. This opportunity is knocking.
The Halloween parties at the Rue Pub have become legendary. Plan now. The biggest Halloween party in San Antonio will be Saturday, October 30th. Get your costume ready. The Rue Pub closes off part of the parking lot and will have DJs outside and inside the Rue and Angry Elephant and a $1,000 costume contest. The Rue Pub at 281 in Redland Road. Plan now for the 8th annual Rue Pub Halloween block party on Saturday, October 30th. We'll see you at the Rue and wear a costume.
Lowe's Provember event is back, and we're thanking pros like you all month long. So when you become a Pro Loyalty member, now through November 24th, you'll get a welcome kit via mail, Lowe's bucket included. It's all part of Provember, going on online and in stores. Lowe's, the new home for pros. New accounts only. More terms and conditions apply while supplies last. Visit Lowe's.com/pro loyalty for details. U.S. only.
At CDW, we get the right workspace helps you work better.
It took 3 encyclopedias, but my webcam is finally at the right height. And I found the perfect cardboard box for my tangled assortment of cords and cables.
Sounds great, but with TripLite Work from Anywhere solutions orchestrated by CDW, it's easier for your teams to work consistently and productively with tools like monitor mounts, USB docks, and adapters.
Know anyone who wants 3 encyclopedias from 1992?
IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/TripLite.
Making Moves is brought to you by LinkedIn Jobs.
The 2005 Texas Longhorns began the season ranked number 2 and stayed there all season. Their defense allowed only 16 points per game, while their Vince Young-led offense averaged 50. The Longhorns went on to face USC in the BCS National Championship game against top-ranked USC, winning 41-38 in what many consider one of the greatest college football games ever played.
Build your winning team today. Go to linkedin.com/sports.
You know that feeling when your team adds that one player that has every skill they've been looking for? Well, it's time your business knew how it felt too. LinkedIn Jobs taps into a network of over 770 million professionals to find the right people for your role. Then their filtering and prioritization tools help you narrow down to just the most qualified candidates for you. It's why small businesses rate LinkedIn number 1 in increasing the quality of hire versus leading competitors. Post a job for free at linkedin.com/sports. That's linkedin.com/sports.
A 17-week season.
And only one couch.
Let's hope it holds up. The Cowboys are back.
The explosive action happens here.
San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
This is Karl Schoening on your home for Cowboys football, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
R&R in the Morning wants to send you running through a cornfield.
Is that right?
I do. If you're near a cornfield, I want you to go run through it. Feel the fall glory. No, actually, the Traders Village has their corny maze in action. 10 acres of creepy corn mazes. Tickets are $9.99. You want to go for free? The Kielbasa Bacon phone lines are open. 656-3776, 656-ESPN. We got a family 4-pack for all week long here on the R&R in the morning. We'll give them away. The halftime, the Blitz as well. Want to buy your tickets online? You don't win them. You can go to tradersvillage.com/San Antonio. Just keep it locked. Go to San Antonio Sports Star. Load up those phone lines, 656-3776, 656-ESPN, caller number 5. Those quick dialers. Headed toward the corny maze.
Corny maze.
Now, I asked Rudy on the break if you had Halloween candy. We talked a little bit about it, but you're gone.
Yeah, I'm never there. We always take the kids trick-or-treating, so I don't have any.
Did you notice when you walked in the office in the morning, the Christmas tree was gone?
What's up with that?
If you're going to put it up, leave it up. I kind of liked it.
Yeah, it's weird that they took it down. Now they got to put it back up next month.
I would have been upset if I'd have been told by the suits to put up the Christmas tree in October and then be told to take it down.
Who left the lights on?
I don't know. That's creepy.
I walked in, the lights were on.
I don't like walking into a building and I have all the lights on.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like something happened while I was gone. Well, they were taking down all the. If you're going to take the tree down, they could have added the fall motif.
Yeah, they took the lights down as well.
I'm
lost.
I have some spare pumpkins.
I heard you have like 1,000.
We got a lot of pumpkins. Football season's back. If you're not playing San Antonio Sports Star's Pro Football Pick'em contest, how are you going to win free Pinkerton's barbecue? Riddle me that, Batman. How are you going to go get free pizza from Mellow Mushroom? How?
Tell me.
You have to play the Pro Football Pick'em contest at sasportstar.com. Easy to do. Go to espnsa.com. Just pick a winner for each game. It's not against the spread, which has ruined me. Yeah, we're going to have Ric Flair on tomorrow. Barry Barger,
you got some questions
got some explaining to do.
Hey, man.
I took a big old bite of that 28.5 line for OU. They get to win. I get to just give money away. 28.5. I bought that. I went in on that.
I don't know what.
Yeah, what the hell was I thinking?
I don't know.
I was the only American bettor. I was the one.
Well, if you hadn't bet, they would have won by 60.
Easy.
They would have won by 60. So yeah.
I took 28 points.
Yeah, I don't take 28. I barely do over 10.
But I did on the advice of Ric Flair.
But OU's supposed to beat them by more than 28.
I did it on the advice of Barry Barger.
Yeah, OU still sucks.
We'll go through our pro football picks in the next hour. Sean Rima, oh my goodness, it's going to be so much fun. Make sure you're with us. R&R in the morning continues here on San Antonio's Sports Star. You're on ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Do you have what it takes to rock the mic?
Hey, this is RJ Ochoa.
Hi, this is Carolina Teague.
Hey, San Antonio, it's Thomas Mott.
Slacker Sports Bar presents Rock the Mic. Now is the time to submit your 1 minute or less sports take video clip at sasportstar.com. From there, we narrow down to the top 12 finalists with 4 rounds of live in-person auditions. Who will be the 2021 Rock the Mic champ? It could be you. Rock the Mic, presented by Slacker Sports Bar and in part by Jim Beam.
Welcome to Texas, where the sun is beaming down and can damage the interior of your car, even in lower temperatures. Unless you go to Mother's Window Tint, home of the Tint and Alarm Special, where you can also buy a new car stereo since 1984.
1984? That's impressive.
Mother's Window Tint has tinted cars and trucks to stop the sun from damaging their interiors. Texans like dark privacy window tint. Come to Mother's and get some. Legal and guaranteed a lifetime. Remember to protect yourself and your family. Buy an alarm today from Mother's. Starter kill, remote start, GPS locator, 24-hour live monitoring. Save $100 on the tint and alarm package of your choice. San Antonio and Austin stores. MothersWindowTint.com.
Remember, do it at Mother's and save!
It's that time of year again when Smoky Mo's Barbecue is gearing up to smoke Thanksgiving turkeys for our neighbors in the San Antonio area. Each turkey will be made using our secret rub and smoked to perfection in-house. You can buy it solo or with our feast that includes sweet potato casserole, cornbread dressing, green bean casserole, and a delicious pumpkin pie from Tootie Pies. Pre-order at SmokyMo'sBarbecue.com or by calling your store. Don't dawdle. We sell out every year. Happy Smoke Turkey Day, y'all, from Smoky Moe's Barbecue.
Whether you're vaccinated or not, it's important to know the symptoms of COVID and its variants. Fever is the leading sign of COVID and the flu, so make sure you use an accurate thermometer. Only the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer has been proven accurate with more than 100 clinical studies. Non-contact thermometers have no clinical evidence behind them and are not reliable. Be vigilant and seek medical advice at the first sign of fever. Learn more at Exergen.com.
This is Rob Thompson for BetUS.com. My sportsbook, it should be your sportsbook. You ask why? Well, BetUS has been America's favorite sportsbook for over 25 years. You need a sportsbook with integrity and longevity. You need to know that you're going to get paid, and that is BetUS.com. You also need a sportsbook that has everything you want to lay money on. Live betting, MMA, golf, and everything else, including all those great prop bets. The number you need is 1-800-79-BET-US. Call them and say KZDC and get 200% in bonuses. That's KZDC. BetUS, where the game begins. R&R in the Morning, sitting with Jason Thompson. A lawyer for us.com is his website. 210-900-0400. 210-900-0400. Jason Thompson, I'm curious. I was in a car accident, but I wasn't the driver. I was just a passenger. Do I need a lawyer too?
I think anytime you are injured in an automobile collision, whether you were the driver, a passenger, the guy in the back seat, know this, that when insurance is involved, every insurance company I have ever heard of has a staff of lawyers on staff right now. As soon as that collision happens, whoever caused it is represented by an attorney. And if you think you're going to alone beat an insurance company's team of lawyers, you're sadly mistaken. The first thing you do is call me.
Jason Thompson, a lawyer for us.com, 210-900-0400. 210-900-0400, a lawyer for us.com.
Are you wondering where your favorite college football team will be ranked at the end of the weekend? Then look no further than ESPN Radio. Tune in each week to programs such as Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, Greeny, and Bart, and Han, who will deliver their reactions to the college football landscape in their own unique style. Rankings Reaction is brought to you by Wendy's. Get a sausage or bacon, egg, and Swiss croissant for just $1.99 at Wendy's during breakfast hours only. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary.
All right, we've got lucky caller number 4, Marcus, on the line. If he answers this question, he wins a new car.
Let's do this.
Okay, for a new car, name the only actor to appear in...
And now a message from our sponsor.
With 24/7 support and quick and easy claims, Progressive protects what matters most. Progressive.
Films all in the same year.
Wait, sorry, I didn't hear the question.
3 seconds, Marcus.
Yeah, no, but there was an ad in the middle.
You didn't answer.
I didn't hear anything.
Oh, Marcus, you dropped it in the dirt.
Progressive. There's never a bad time for great protection. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Lowe's Provember event is back, and we're thanking pros like you all month long with buy one, get one free deals on select DeWalt power tools and top values like a Spider 2-pack of 4.5-inch diamond cutoff wheels for $14.98. Join us for Provember, going on now through November 24th. Shop in-store or at Lowe's.com/Provember. Lowe's, the new home for pros. While supplies last, U.S. only, valid 10/28 through 11/24.
In college football, Goodyear knows a new season means new possibilities, where every Saturday is an opportunity on the road to greatness. No matter if you're out there playing your hardest or cheering the loudest from the sidelines, tailgating in the parking lot, or your favorite spot to watch the game, Goodyear knows passion is what drives us forward all the way to the playoffs. That's the road that moves us. Goodyear, more driven.
From the Mother's Window Tint Studio, one team, one mission, KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J, R&R in the Morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It is 9:03. If you had to be there at 9, you better go grab some tacos. Slip in the side door.
Because you's late.
Montalvo's always on the front door waiting on you. Got to get around to the side.
Mm-hmm. You's late.
You ever work with Montalvo?
Who's that?
You know him?
What, the guy that's
the
always
guy that's always there? Yeah, he's always
is a snitch. Yeah,
always, you know,
the guy takes his job way too serious.
Yeah,
I can't stand that.
Those
guy.
types that's on time and works hard, gives the extra. He's always,
Are you describing yourself?
I
You're the
am.
one that's.
I'm Montalvo.
You get here at 4. Like, damn.
It's peaceful here, unless the lights are on.
First one in, last one to leave. Rob is.
No, I can't. Yesterday, after our 24 hours of Astros, we'd like to thank the Astros for deciding to play the day after we went. Although we've been blamed for their failures.
We got blamed for it.
I think the secret was they opened the roof up, put on the orange jersey. Looked like the Astros. They just looked like them, just team in white.
Right.
When you were walking around at the Astros World Series game, were you looking at all the old jerseys?
Yeah, a lot of old jerseys.
There are still so many Nolan Ryan jerseys walking around the Astros parks.
Nolan Ryan for you is a Stro or Ranger?
He's a Ranger in my mind.
See, that's what I thought. I think it's a legit debate.
Yeah, kind of. I mean,
I smell a Twitter poll.
But when I picture Nolan Ryan, I have but one picture in my mind, and that's him with Robin and giving him the business and that's in a Rangers uniform.
I'm sure there's a couple Astro fan that works here that's going to chime in sooner or later and say he's a Stro.
I saw
a lot of Nolan Ryan Stro jerseys though.
Some Mike Scott jerseys.
I saw Scott. I saw Biggio.
A lot of bigs.
Saw some Bagwell. But the most popular jersey is Altuve.
Oh, by far.
So
a lot of
many
27s roaming around there.
Yeah.
The number of different jerseys I found interesting. You remember when they won it? Remember they were wearing that kind of maroonish red color that doesn't feel Astros at all.
I hate that jersey. Yeah, it doesn't even make any sense. It's like I don't know, like one of them holiday jerseys. Like it's a Christmas Day jersey. An all-star jersey.
That's exactly.
I don't know why they wore that.
You want to help some people win some pizza and some barbecue?
Yes, let's do that.
Let's do a pro football pick'em contest. I recommend you go ahead and dive right into sasportstar.com. Your pro football pick'em challenge. We do this every week. You can do it on your own. We expect you to. And if you do it right, you do it well. $50 gift card from both Mellow Mushroom and Pinkerton's Barbecue. And if you have pro tip, go down to Pinkerton's and get I don't even know what they call it. It's the mac and cheese with the brisket.
Oh God, that stuff is good.
Rudy?
I think it's either called the Baller or the Boss. I saw that on Twitter today, and
Rudy,
I
Karl,
want some.
I had it with Minix.
It is literally the finest thing I've ever eaten.
It's good.
It is criminal how good that is.
And I'm not a big mac and cheese guy.
Me either, but the combo of that smoked brisket,
you throw some meat up in that thing. Throw some meat up in that thing now. Throw a little meat up in that thing now. Have it.
$50 might not be enough. I need enough to last me a week.
50 will help you though.
Woo, yeah, and that Mellow Mushroom pizza is pretty good too. Let's dive in. We'll start with what we get tonight. Odds on, at least by the numbers, the finest Thursday night matchup we have ever had, the Packers and the Cardinals. Packers without a wide receiver to speak of, and the Cardinals, they're J.J. Wattless.
No.
I'm taking the Cards.
I'm going to take the Packers. This is why Aaron Rodgers is the elite of the elite.
Karl, who do you like?
Give me Cardinals.
6-0 going to 7-0. The Bengals, best team in Ohio, best team in their division, maybe taking on the Jets this week. Jets got pasted by New England last week.
I think they're playing some dude named Matt White at quarterback.
Good for Matt.
Let's move on. Taking the Bengals.
Titans, Colts. This is a surprising one. The Colts are favored in this.
How?
It's the greatness that is Carson Wentz.
I'm taking the Titans, man. The Titans are the best team that gets no respect.
I completely agree.
They get no respect, man. And I think the Colts are on to something. I think they're getting hot at a good time, but I don't know if they got enough to handle King Henry.
I like the Titans as well. Who do you like, Karl? We are universal there. Rams in a bye week coming into Houston, taking on the Texans. We'll move along from that one.
Let's go.
The Steelers and the Browns, one of those old school battles. Tomlin weighing whether he wants to be a college coach or not.
The Steelers own the lease to the Browns, and you see Mayfield, I guess.
He says his shoulder's better.
He's scared. I guess Case was playing a little bit too motivated.
I'm going to come back and play.
I think I can play, but I'm going to take the Steelers.
Now, this comes to the question we had earlier, Rudy, about a player and his health. Trainers come to you and say, Baker's shoulder, man, One foul turn, you might lose him for the year. Baker says, I feel a lot better. It's not even my throwing arm. I promise not to tackle the guy I throw the interception to again. If you're Freddie, or what do?
He's not Dak. I'm going to take the trainers. Dak, you listen to Dak. Baker, you listen to the trainers.
I'm going to take Cleveland.
You taking Cleveland?
I'm going to take Cleveland. I think this is one of those statement games that
Tomlin said it ain't a blank check big enough. I'm committed.
I like the Steelers.
Oh, 1 against, 2 against. Eagles, Lions. You feeling good about your Eagles? I am.
Well, if there was a week to feel good about them.
I got the Lions getting their first victory of the season, baby.
But if you're going to bust a slump, it'll happen against the Eagles.
Jared Goff gets his first win in a Lions uniform. I'm taking the Lions.
Well, you know, the Eagles are a flower, Rudy J. So
do you have that available?
I do.
They're blooming.
Have you guys heard Nick Sirianni yesterday? Now, it went kind of under the radar, but I promise you that this is going to become his signature audio moment. It's not quite to the level of playoffs, or they are who we thought they were, but it does kind of define who Nick Sirianni is.
I need to hear this.
Oh, my goodness. He's a smart guy.
You know,
go ahead. Let's hear it.
You know, the results aren't there right now, but what's going on here is that there's growth under the soil. I put a picture of a flower up, right, and that it's coming through the ground, and the roots are growing out, and the roots are continuing to grow out, and everybody wants to see results. Shoot, nobody wants to see results more than us, right? We want to see results too, but it's really important that the foundation is being built and that the roots are growing out. And the only way the roots grow out every single day and they grow stronger and they grow better is if that we all water, we all fertilize, we all do our part. Each individual coach, right? Each individual player, everybody in the building.
See, Rudy, you gotta be fertilizer. You gotta be the water. They're not very good, but if you saw the roots.
I know what he was saying. I know what he meant.
Not too many football people are planting flowers and understand the analogy.
And Jalen, he is a beautiful daisy.
You understood the analogy, Rob.
I understood
You just got it. It's like, yo, this is a great chance to pile on Philly.
But no, coaches try to motivate their guys in different ways. And I'm sure this sounded really good in his brain at 2 a.m. when he was thinking about, what am I going to talk to my team about? We're trying hard and we're losing. Boys, gather around.
This is the rose that grew from the concrete.
Flower. You are the acorn that will become the mighty oak. No one can see the improvement, but the roots are good. Coach, what are you talking about? Am I the water or am I the manure?
We can move on now.
Karl's embarrassed.
I got the Lions.
I think we all. Gotta take the
Eagles.
I'm going with the Eagles too, Karl.
I'm taking the Lions.
I'm all for the powerful.
The
daisies.
Lions have been in some games. They almost beat the Ravens. Don't sleep on the Lions. They've just been unlucky. Moving on.
The 49ers and Bears. We want to move past this one as well.
Yeah, 49ers.
What?
49ers.
Dude, this is it.
49ers.
What are you doing?
49ers.
This is it.
Nah, the 49ers are bad. They're not Bears bad. There's levels to bad. Okay? There's Bears bad. There's Lions bad. There's Jets bad. You know, the Bears are down there with the worst of the worst.
At home.
I'm taking the 49ers. And Khalil Mack is not playing.
Oh, that hurts. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, Khalil Mack's not playing. So I'm going to take the Niners.
I have faith in the boys. I'm going with the Bears. I'm taking the Bears.
Who you got, Red Rocket?
49ers.
Wow. No love. Panthers at Falcons. Panthers decided they're happy with Big Head Darnold. They're not going to trade for Deshaun.
They have ruined Sam Darnold's confidence. Whenever you snatch a guy in a game like that, now he's looking over his shoulder. Now he's hesitant to pull the trigger. I am taking the Falcons.
I'm going to take the Falcons too, just because I hope Pitts continues to play.
Yeah, we'll go with Falcons.
I love Pitts.
Karl's laid back. Yeah, I'm down with the Falcons.
I'm preparing the 4-1-1.
Oh, gotcha.
The Red Rockets over there in deep thought.
Dolphins taking on the Bills. Bills need a win.
Oh my gosh!
I think they're going to smoke the
There's
Dolphins.
nothing but distractions with the Dolphins. Bills. You know he's taking the Bills too.
Now this is a quietly interesting. Who do you like here with the Bills or the Dolphins, Karl?
Bills.
Of course. I just didn't want to put it in your mouth.
Shout.
Patriots Chargers. This is a low key good football game.
Patriots did play the Cowboys really well.
Yeah.
But this is that cross-country journey. I want to say this is in L.A.
No, yeah, it is. Patriots had to travel.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Chargers.
Last time I saw the Chargers, they got pantsed.
Yeah, they got done dirty.
That film, what'd you say? Film travels?
Yeah, film follows you.
Film follows you. I still like the Chargers,
Me
so
too.
I think the Patriots are going to play them well.
Me too.
What do you like, Karl?
Give me the Chargers in that one.
Like that one too? Jags, Seahawks. Man.
This is doo-doo versus doo-doo.
Yeah, this is not
Seattle's
a
not a
game.
good football team.
No, neither are the
And
Jags.
then there's the story that comes out today. A young lady comes out and says DK Metcalf told her to come to his house only to get there, and he tells her, hey, sorry, you can't come in. I'm in the middle of a foursome.
I mean,
so she had to drive back home.
I have a list
she can't
of excuses.
join in on that?
It'd be a fivesome.
I mean,
and then
five, that's too much.
It's an odd man out. There's
Yeah,
only
like-
so many things you can do. You know what I mean?
There was that whole documentary with Magic Johnson,
Yeah.
the whole thing. They played a clip of an interview he did one time where it was like, how many women have you been with at one point? It was like 6, 7. He didn't even know. He just kind of guessed. He's like 6 or 7. I guess they're coming in and out of the door. And next thing you know, like 15 minutes later, the announcement
That's
is part of the documentary. And they're like, how did this happen? It's like, let's rewind 15 minutes now.
Spoken with a man by a man who must have a really good prenup.
I'm going to take the Seahawks, though.
I think the Seahawks are genuinely better. Yeah, I'm going to take them, but that'll be a game I won't be sad that I'll miss.
I'm going to let the Jags have an opportunity.
Ain't nothing
to
wrong
win.
with that, do you?
Yeah.
Urban
See if
on
Trevor
his
Lawrence can
comeback
figure it
tour.
out.
Washington taking on the Broncos. This is another stinker. Boy, we're getting into that part of the season where we know what teams are. There's not going to be a whole lot of surprises left. Can the Broncos surprise you and turn things around against a Washington defense that's kind of finding itself?
Yeah, I'm taking Washington,
I
but
think
I
I
don't
am
want
too.
to. I don't want to take either one of them, but I'll take Washington.
I think I'm going to go with Washington too.
Broncos.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to go with the Broncos. I like that. Bucks and Saints.
Saints have played well. I like what they're doing. They got Ingram, but Tom Brady is having an MVP-like season.
Yeah.
The Bucks win.
Be a 3:00 game in New Orleans as the Bucks arrive. Who do you like, Karl?
Bucks.
Bucks as well. Saints are going to give them a game.
Yeah.
Cowboys and the Vikings on Sunday night off a bye week. We expect Dak to cross the threshold and play with his strained calf. The Vikings also coming off a bye week.
I'm taking the Cowboys.
I think I'm going to take the Cowboys as well, though. No, this doesn't feel like a trap.
No. It can't be. They're 3-3. If they were 0-6, I get it, but no, they're 3-3. They're a decent football team, but they don't have enough to beat the Vikings. I mean, they don't have enough to beat the Cowboys. What's up?
Is every week up for consideration whether or not it's a trap game when you're good? Is that how it works?
Yeah, that is.
Yeah. Carl seems annoyed by that.
Well,
We've been asking every
talk
week. Is
show
this a trap
fodder.
game?
Yeah, you see how he is?
It's talk show fodder. When you
Whatever.
get good, we got to find out
y'all-
why you can't be good.
You Cowboy fans are so cocky.
Yes,
man.
we are.
Y'all are so cocky when y'all are playing well. Like,
Yes.
we're playing the Cardinals next week? Is this a trap game? We're playing the Bills. Is this a trap game? No, it's not.
Can it be a trap game if you're on the road? I guess
No.
it's possible,
It's
but
not a trap game. Minnesota's a decent team. They're going to put up some points on you guys.
Giants. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, we finished the weekend off with the slump buster that is
Who
the
was
New York
Monday Night Football?
Giants Chiefs.
Oh, God. I'll take the Chiefs, but I don't even want to watch that. They have 17 turnovers. They lead the league with 17 turnovers. That's 5 more than anybody else. The Chiefs are bad, but I'm going to take them to beat the Giants.
That is a Manning cast game. Go ahead and.
Oh, I got to watch Manning for this one.
Yeah, give me the Chiefs, but that's a bad game.
Yeah, you, Rob, definitely. We're watching Peyton and Eli for the full game of this. I don't need Riddick and Greasy.
No,
I don't need Riddick and Greasy for this game.
You know,
Breaking down blitzes.
Two things in play here. One, I love watching all the sad Mahomes gifs floating around. Sad Patrick is funny. The other side of this is yesterday driving home, I'm listening to Greeny. Who's on 10 to noon right after us. We're his warm-up act. And he was talking about the Manning cast, and he said something that I firmly believe, that we're going to look back on this year, and 10 years from now, we'll wonder, why did we never have something like this when we were watching games and have the personalities to go along with it? We've been taught about it with the NBA crew, with Barkley and all those guys, but that's always post.
Mm-hmm.
But we get the thoughts from from entertaining stars, and it makes it that much more entertaining. And now they're adding that to the in-game experience. And I do agree with them. We will never have a time, at least for the foreseeable future, where this will not be available to us. We're going to see a lot of other shows coming out with entertainers that are players too. You can't just have the dry player come and talk, but
nobody wants that.
It's another way to grab ratings and to justify the expense of spending money on live play-by-play.
Agreed.
Thank you. That's our Pro Football Pick'em contest. Remember, it's an exhibition and a competition. Play along with us, and you too could win a $50 gift card to Pinkerton's Barbecue Downtown or Mellow Mushroom. Man, we went out and got the good stuff. You can find it all at sasportstar.com. You want good stuff? Karl's got it. We got just enough time to get it done. Let's do our info. Karl got the headlines. It's time for the 411 and the 210.
Here's the 411 in the 210. Headline 2.
Rapid fire on these first 2 ones, so we can have time for a rhyme, but we'll have fun on the third
yes,
one.
Sir.
Chicago Bulls Zach LaVine plans to play through a left thumb injury as LaVine underwent an MRI on Tuesday that revealed a sprained left thumb with some ligament damage. He's going to go through it instead of deal with potential surgery that could have him out several weeks.
I'm glad because I like this Bulls team a lot. So I'm glad he's going to play through it. This is not a shooting hand. He'll be okay. He's young. And he's trying. Keep in mind, this is Supermax time. You don't want to miss. You don't want to miss any basketball.
This is going to bother him. It's going to bother him. Your thumb on your guide hand, it's going to bother him. And
good point.
And handles, it's going to bother him. It'll slow him down. It won't be a lot of dunks. I think you'll see him a few more layups.
Good point, Rob.
But people think about your off thumb. It's going to affect.
That matters.
Yeah, it's going to affect his handles. Moving on.
Headline 1.
Cowboys rookie defensive tackle Oso Odigizua is exceeding his expectations, all expectations, even his own. Odigizua has made an immediate impact for the Cowboys through 6 games. He's been in on 11 tackles and recorded 2 sacks, logging over 60% of the defensive snaps for Dallas. This is part of a larger article that goes deep on Odigizua on Yahoo Sports, if anybody wants to read it.
Yes.
Another guy that's going to be productive for you, and you're not paying him a lot. Rookie contracts equal Super Bowls when they play well, when you draft well. And look around the league. Everybody that's won Super Bowls recently, they have guys that contribute that are on rookie deals. So that's 3 for the Cowboys that were up to, well, 4 if you count Parsons. And I'm sure I'm missing a few. I'm sure I'm missing a few. I think Steele. That's 5. That's what you need.
It's the only way to win anymore. It really is. Without Micah Parsons, just think about how much we would have been talking about Odigizua. I mean, this is manna from heaven.
Yeah.
Of all the draft picks that we saw coming in,
he's the biggest surprise, right?
By far.
Yeah.
And he would be in the conversation for a lot of awards if it wasn't for how well Micah Parsons has been playing. Another RPP. Moving on.
I like him. I like him a lot.
I do too.
This is the fun one. The Cleveland Guardians are being sued by the Cleveland Guardians, a roller derby team, saying you can't steal our name. Cleveland ain't big enough for 2 Guardians. At least that's what the local roller derby team is claiming, because the original Cleveland Guardians are suing the MLB franchise in hopes of blocking the name change. The Cleveland Guardians roller derby team filed the suit earlier this week, saying the MLB organization is trying to bully its way into using their name, despite the derby team claiming a, quote, common law, quote, trademark using that branding in Northeast Ohio dating back to 2013. The derby team is accusing the baseball squad of being shady in the months leading up to the rebranding of the announcement in July, claiming they, quote, surreptitiously,
surreptitious.
There you go. We'll go with that. Filed a trademark for Cleveland Guardians name, quote, in small East African island nation of Mauritius, effectively hiding the application unless one knew where to look, end quote. The derby team says the MLB club hit them up months later, asking for pictures of jerseys and logos to determine if they were interested in acquiring the Cleveland Guardians' intellectual property.
What's this about Mauritius and filing for a trademark in the East African island of Mauritius?
So it sounds like they knew that there was a Guardians out there and they filed for it where no one would be able to see. They knew, basically what they're saying is Cleveland knew that they were stealing and they tried to hide it. The cover-up is always worse than the crime. And the roller derby team is going to get a nice check for this.
Yeah.
And if you're the roller derby team, you take that check and you change your name.
Yes, but why? I don't. Why would you go that circuitous and try to hide it? It's a roller derby team. You're an MLB team. Write them a check.
Just write the
You should have.
Why do people do that type of stuff? I will never understand that.
The
must have
marketing
agreed-
opportunities.
Yeah, they must have agreed that, hey, let's change our name to the Guardians. Looked up the
Right.
trademark.
Oh, crap.
And it's like,
Oh, but they're like, oh, they're roller derby. They don't care. We'll punk them.
But why didn't they just bring them into the fold? I would have had them on the field. I would have done everything I could have with the Cleveland Guardians.
Like,
that have
hey,
been
let's
there.
work
We'd
together.
have worn a Cleveland Guardian roller derby uniform. I'd have loved that. They would have loved it. But you tried to be sneaky. You tried to do that.
They found this in East Africa.
You went to East African island of Mauritius to file your trademark. You snaky, dirty.
Yeah.
If I am, I don't know who they're going to sit in front of, whether it's a judge or an arbiter, but whoever I am, I see that. It's kind of like the Lael Collins. We were only going to give you 2 games, you sneaky freak, and you tried to pay them off. Here's 5. You tried to do this to the roller derby team.
And now,
how much can I legally fine you? Because that's where I'm going.
Now I'm going all in.
Yes.
Before you probably could have got me for about 2.5. Now I need 20.
2.5 to a half-ass roller derby team. You could have gotten them for free popcorn, and you tried to go around the corner and go, what? Now you're going to pay through the nose.
And again, your shout out to your marketing team for not being able to come up with anything but Guardians. Paying those people 7 figures, and all they can come up with is stealing from a roller derby team.
9 times out of 10, you get exactly what you deserve.
That's the 411 and a 210.
Cover up is worse than the crime, people.
Truth. Trying to short shift a
roller
derby.
And
team.
I used to watch roller derby as a kid. They'd be elbowing each other, start off in the line. It was entertaining.
Ever seen the movie Roller Ball?
Yes.
You like the OG one with James Caan?
Yes.
Great
See,
movie.
I knew that one, but yeah.
Speaking of rollerball and competing to the death, Sean Rima will be here in just a moment.
His birthday's today.
I believe he is 54 years old today.
So we need some birthday. Oh, well, he don't have headphones, so no need for the birthday music.
He has lived 53 glorious years.
Yeah.
Hey, coming back, Sean Rima. We'll put a bow on the show. Look forward to a great NBA schedule this evening and this weekend. In college football, we got a couple of unbeatens going at it this weekend. Lots to talk about here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Arasti providers all around San Antonio, and thank goodness they are. So many of us live in ongoing pain, dealing with those soft tissue injuries, sprains and strains and the like. They might not keep you out of all of life, but they keep you out of the fun stuff, don't they? Arasti's a funny name, but it can be a pain and injury-free in just a few minutes if you visit an Arasti certified provider. So many of them around San Antonio just waiting to help you get out of pains, and they do it quite quickly. On average, 3.2 visits is what most patients find that gets them back into the game because Arasti is so good at what they do. It's not about long-term treatment plans. It's not about surgery. It's not about medications to dull the pain. It is your body being manipulated to fix those ongoing problems. The healing potential of your body is remarkable. They target the area that is hurt, then the surrounding tissues, they get it fixed, and before you know it, you're back in the game. And they do it so well, 99.7%, that's documented. Arasti patients would happily recommend Arasti to friends and family. Things you need to know: when you call an Arasti provider, you can go ahead and make your appointment. You do not need a referral, and when you walk in the door, of course, they accept most insurances. Professional athletes, the likes of Becky Hammond and Clayton Kershaw and Tony Parker, just to name a few, have been active and very much participants in the Arasti programs. They got back in the game. You should do. Anyone can do it. Anyone can benefit. Young, old, all aches and pains, Arasti can fix it. Arasti providers all around San Antonio. Here is the number you need to find one close to you. That's 1-800-404-6050, 1-800-404-6050. The website, arasti.com, has a map of all those providers. Do not let pain keep you from doing things that you love. Get yourself back in the game. Call an Arasti provider today, as I have done many times, and just like me, you'll be back in the game fast, and when it happens, I'm sure you'll thank me later.
Sports Center is brought to you by Kielbasa Slow Crafted Sausage, available at your local grocery stores.
The Houston Astros bounce back to win Game 2 of the World Series 7-2. Jose Urquidy got the win and run support to help tie the series at 1-1 going into Game 3 in Atlanta tomorrow night. The San Antonio Spurs assigned 2021 draft picks Josh Primo and Joe Wieskamp to the Austin Spurs yesterday as the Spurs G League affiliate began their training camp preparing for a November 5th first game of the season. The San Antonio Spurs start a 3-game road trip tonight against the Dallas Mavericks. Tip-off is at 7:30. And the Houston Rockets are also in action tonight as they host the undefeated Utah Jazz at 7. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Karl Schoening.
If you love football, come to the San Antonio Quarterback Club every Tuesday from 11 to 1 at the Sierra Hills Baptist Church. Join UTSA coaches for Roadrunner game highlights, plus feature guest speakers for great food and football talk. The San Antonio Quarterback Club is a proud supporter of Gridiron Heroes Spinal Cord Injury Foundation. Tuesday's guest speaker is Louis Stroud, a man that spent over 40 years officiating NFL football. Join us Tuesday 11 to 1 at Sierra Hills Baptist Church for food and football talk at the San Antonio Quarterback Club.
When getting the job done right is job one, you need construction equipment that's built right. From compact track loaders to the world's #1 selling compact excavator, the Kubota construction lineup features durable Kubota engines, more comfort, and the versatility to do it all and do it right. Visit your local Kubota dealer today. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
For over 2 centuries, Jim Beam has been bringing people together. Now you can bring them wherever you go with friends and family. Introducing Jim Beam Highballs to go, refreshing and ready for sharing. Their classic highball and Beam and Ginger Highball are made with Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. They're a new take on a tradition, 7 generations in the making. Find Jim Beam Highballs to go at a store near you. Jim Beam Classic Highball made with Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, natural flavors, and seltzer water. 5% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2020, James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart.
Whether you're vaccinated or not, it's important to know the symptoms of COVID and its variants. Fever is the leading sign of COVID and the flu, so make sure you use an accurate thermometer. Only the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer has been proven accurate with more than 100 clinical studies. Non-contact thermometers have no clinical evidence behind them and are not reliable. Be vigilant and seek medical advice at the first sign of fever. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Hey, San Antonio Sports Star listeners, this is Michael Kielbasa with Kielbasa Smoked Meats. Thanks to fans like you, you can now buy Kielbasa products just about everywhere. We hope you continue to enjoy our handcrafted, small batch smoked meats because we sure enjoy making them for you. So grab some today and let me know what you think. My number's on the back of every pack. Right by my promise that if it's not the best you've ever tasted, I'll give you your money back. Find Kielbasa at a store near you today.
The Halloween parties at the Rue Pub have become legendary. Plan now. The biggest Halloween party in San Antonio will be Saturday, October 30th. Get your costume ready. The Rue Pub closes off part of the parking lot and will have DJs outside and inside the Rue and Angry Elephant and a $1,000 costume contest. The Rue Pub at 281 in Redland Road. Plan now for the 8th annual Rue Pub Halloween block party on Saturday, October 30th. We'll see you at the Rue and wear a costume.
Your exclusive home for the 2021 World Series. This is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
It's R&R in the morning, a birthday edition.
Oh, God.
We are welcoming in the freshly minted 54-year-old Sean Rima. Happy birthday, young fella.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, we have a thing here at the Radio Ranch and Alpha Media that on your birthday, you get a day off.
Yeah, what are you doing?
In the birthday month, you get a free day off, Sean Ryan.
Well, I am taking a day off tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
But it's for medical stuff. Hey, what am I doing here? I should leave.
I'm just letting you go. So you might be able to go do your show, but we'll know that mentally it's a birthday vacation.
Oh, yeah. Mentally, I'm not here at all today. I'll be honest with you.
So on a birthday such as this, and it's 54 is one of those, right.
Every birthday.
50 was huge. And after that, I guess maybe 65 when you get the blessing of the whatever retirement you want. With radio guys, we don't retire.
Radio.
Yeah, we don't retire. But
54 is just kind of like,
That's kind of how I am. Like, nah.
So have you been dropping hints all week? Like,
No, it was funny though. I was at a meeting last night, and there's this guy there who's looks like he's about maybe 70, right? And it came out in the meeting that today was going to be my 54th birthday, and he came up to me and he said, "Damn, Sean, I thought you was a lot older than that."
Damn.
Well,
thanks, man.
I don't know how to take that. Like, am I a really spry old dude, or I just
damn? What is he trying to say?
It's just being observant, I guess. You know,
he is Sean Rima. He's lived every bit of his 54 years.
Yeah.
Happy birthday!
That's what you do.
See you in a few.
That was the live fast, die young, and leave a good-looking corpse.
Absolutely.
I passed that a long time ago.
Are you? And y'all have my permission. I always tell people that I'm in contact with them on them. You know, my close friends, my family, they all know this. And I guess since we see each other every day for a few hours, if and when I am gone, party.
Oh,
don't do the don't mourn me, celebrate me. You have permission not to be walking around sad. I'm not gonna haunt you if you're sad. Go party for me. I don't want the whole gloom and doom thing.
Did you say if I'm gone?
Oh,
if and when,
given his current economic status and the
immortal
and the massive advances in medical,
while we're still in contact.
I know what you mean.
When Rudy's gone, I'm gonna pull out a big old case of pumpkin spice beer. Now drink one. I'm gonna pour one out for the homies.
Now, if you
little
pour
pumpkin spice for the brothers,
you pour out a pumpkin beer for me, I'm gonna slam your cabinet doors while you're asleep.
A hand come out of the ground.
Yeah, while you're asleep, I'm gonna slam your cabinet doors. My wife has to wait a year to date. A year, if not
a year.
If not, I will come into the room.
Why a year?
Just respect me long. Just give me a year. A year is respectful. If not, I will come into the room with your new dude and snatch your blankets, turn on the water.
A year.
Flicker the lights. You got.
Well, how long would you wait on the other side
for her?
Yeah.
To date again?
Yeah.
2-3 weeks.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
See,
I'm
respect.
I'm kidding.
Good for you.
No,
a man's got to mourn.
What about you?
I don't know, man. But I wouldn't.
When would you want Miss? When would you want Miss?
Wait a year? Hell, I'm gone.
When would you want Miss Thompson to get back in the South?
Jump in. I'm gone. What do I care?
Damn. What do you mean? What do you care?
What do I care? I am literally and figuratively in every sense. I'm gone. Do what you need to do.
So do I
will have left you in tremendous debt.
I know. You know what? Maybe I need to shorten that because I am going to leave some debt. 6 months. Okay. All right, babe. 6 months. But you got to give me 6 months for my kids. My kids don't need to see you with some dude.
Well,
2 days later,
they might be the ones say, "Mom, go get out there."
And y'all don't have to come to the grave and talk to me. I can't hear you.
Buried or cremated? No, cremation is way up.
Well, I work for ESPN now, so I need a good burial. Before I would have said cremated. I make enough money now to have me a little party.
I'm down with cremation. Why? I don't need a place for you to come back to.
It is weird putting a beautiful casket in the ground. It is weird, right? It's like because caskets are expensive.
It's an attempt to make sure that you don't dig your way out if you ever become a zombie.
Yeah.
Is that one of Karl's conspiracies?
Well, we've all gotten the back.
I need a Karl conspiracies theme music, like whenever you say stuff like that and you hit the Karl conspiracy theory music.
We'll send it to Cayman.
Let's do that.
All right.
I think that'll be a good segment for the show.
It's an appropriate conversation for the Dia de los Muertos coming up. So
yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say cremated, Rob. Women probably will not want to see or talk to a guy for a minute. See?
No, I understand, but I'm not going to put any kind of limit on you. Like, honey, a year from today, I hope it's a nice date. I'm
gonna go cremated, Rob. I don't need a cherry wood casket.
But I do ask that you keep me with you.
You don't want to be poured into the ocean?
No, I want you to
see that's
you can
weird.
Date whoever you want,
but you want to be on the mantle.
I want there to be a big old jar, and they're like, "What's that?" Oh, well, that's Rob.
See, that's
you can bring whoever, but you have to point me out. And put that in the will.
I might put a little bit of you in my little
locket,
in a little
like
locket.
Aaron Jones did with his dad.
But they found it.
Thank goodness they found it.
And Aaron Jones bought the trainer a couple scooters. I'm like, bro, a scooter? Get the man a truck.
Dad don't care.
My sister-in-law's going.
Dad's gone.
Yeah, I'm going to be a tree as well.
I like that
Wait, time
idea.
out. What is this?
I like that idea.
Fill me in.
You're planted in kind of an organic casket, and they put a tree over you, and you become the nutrients for a tree. That's pretty cool.
That you basically become a fertilizer for a tree.
See, I'm gonna be a cactus. I want to be a tequila. You can put the
yes. Yes.
Wait a minute. We might have a business proposition here.
You're on to something.
We will make tequila out of you.
Put the ashes at the bottom of the tequila.
Of the
and you got to
big
drink
cactus.
it.
What's the name of the cactus that they use?
I don't know.
The cactus that they use to make the tequila. You bury,
agave?
and then they put the.
Is it agave?
Agave, yeah, I guess. And you put the agave over you, and you become tequila.
I think we just became best friends.
No, y'all.
There's a lot of jokes
that.
there.
I'm gonna stay out of that one.
A lot of jokes there.
Yo, a tree though? Is this new?
No, I think it's been around for a bit.
A few years.
Yeah.
That's new to me.
I say that I probably heard it within the last 5 years. And I think it's just a concept.
You know what? That would be cool because then your
do
family can come sit under the tree, have a picnic, reminisce about you.
Yeah.
Then the sad
versus
thing
being at the graveyard and you stepping on other people's graves and stuff.
Does that you brought up something? Whenever you go to the graveyard, are you conscious about where you're walking?
I hate it. I hate
I am too.
disrespecting people's graves.
I'm very conscious
I
of where
don't
I'm
like
walking,
it,
even
yeah.
though it doesn't matter. It doesn't.
know.
It doesn't matter.
It does.
It does not. It does
I
not
don't wanna
matter
be
at all.
Walking on people's graves.
It's
man.
not like you stepped on them in their sleep. It's not like they were sleeping on a pallet on
They
the floor
are
and you stepped
sleep,
on them.
Rob.
No, they're. It is a bag of bones. If there's any of that left, it's just dirt.
Yeah.
But
I'd
I'm
rather
the
be a
same
tree.
way.
I think I just became a tree. I went from a casket to ashes to a tree to tequila.
I appreciate the quick turnaround too. I'm gone 3 days, man. Get it over with.
3 days?
Yeah, get it over with. Get it over with. Have a
Yeah,
party.
I don't need a 7. I'll sell y'all tequila 8. Texas your liquor owner talking about
I think we have an idea here.
on us, and we talking about dying, and he's very worried about a profit.
This is a Rudy J vintage 2060.
You know what? I don't know. What's
has
up,
slight
Daniel? You
hints
late?
of cigar.
Or maybe I could roll me in a cigar and smoke me.
That's a little weird.
A little weird.
That's a little bit far.
We're in a break zone, gentlemen.
No, we're not. We got 2 minutes.
We got all
no,
kinds
we
of
got
stuff.
2 minutes.
Carl
of
is
death
what.
talk.
See, that was skill for producing.
We got 2 minutes
have
of death talk.
unspooled the topic. It is now just thread on the counter. It's time to move along.
All right,
because it was about to get weird.
Just
Hey, coming up, little
About to. Yeah.
you're talking about being a tree, but we're weird.
Yeah, smoking a corpse is weird, and drinking a corpse is weird.
Since we're on this Freeform Thursday idea, did they ever find that girl that disappeared from the mortuary here in town? Did they ever figure out what happened to that girl?
Oh, I didn't hear about
She
that.
become a zombie?
Well, no, there was a girl that was like stolen. The body was taken out of a mortuary here a couple of years ago, and they could not find it.
That's just
I don't know if they ever
it's
found it
some-
or not.
Some weird dude stole
And
her.
well,
There's
you
some
remember the
weird
story?
dude that stole her.
It was like
trust me.
a boy. No, there
Yeah.
was an implicant. There was a person of interest. That was
Yeah,
that.
There's always these weirdos, man.
But I don't know if they actually ever found the cadaver.
Shout out to morticians. That's it's a necessary job, and that's not a job I could do. So I shout them out because I would never do that, but we need them.
I also, if you are a mortician, you have to accept the name Digger, right? That would be your nickname. I'm apt to assign nicknames. That's one of the things I do. And I had a friend that was a mortician. I go, you know what? I've known you as Dave, but I'm going to call you Digger from now on.
Was he cool with it?
Yeah, he was like, yeah, I appreciate that. Let's go to break before
Yeah, let's
Carl
get
gets
out of
even
here before
madder
Carl-
at us.
Whatever. Carl just said she became a zombie. Poor lady. She was dead.
Yeah, that's what zombies are.
Oh, zombies are dead.
They're dead. You're going to have to catch up on all your mini zombies. You got your fast movers. You got your slow walkers.
Well, you're the
you got
Walking
the soft
Dead
skulls.
person.
And those are the slow walking soft skulls. If that's the zombie, I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, I can get
That
those
World War
fast
Z zombies. No, I don't want those zombies.
I'll
those
just
go.
join the gang.
But the Walking Dead, I could live in that world.
Me too.
Evidently, they become zombies and their skulls soften up to where you can just tap them, put them down.
Screw Walking Dead.
We're going to wrap it up. Before we do, let me tell you a little bit about Service First AC and
Let's go.
Plumbing. They're my plumber. They're my air conditioning specialist. I trust them in my home and my family's home. I've said it a couple times. I'll tell you again. I sent them over to my mom's house, and guess what? She loves me even more, and I didn't even think that was possible. Service First AC and Plumbing. You need to have this number in your phone. That's 210 No Sweat. That's all you need to remember. No sweat to remember, no sweat to call. 210 No Sweat, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Same day service calls are always in place. Emergencies are what they do. When your plumbing leaks, when your air conditioning breaks, we all know it's an emergency. They show up on time, on target, with a fully stocked truck. They can take care of most things when they arrive, and they'll do it quickly. They'll do it cleanly. Is that a term? Cleanly? And they will do it appropriately. I'll tell you what, they take care of me, and they took care of my mother's house. One of the great things about the Service First AC and Plumbing group when they come out, Angel was their master plumber. The very first time they came out to my house, I was standing in about a quarter inch of water in the middle of my kitchen. He went to work, immediately got the water turned off, and as he was fixing it, he turned and said, you know what? If we don't do this right now, I'm going to be back in a week. Took care of it. No fuss, no muss. In and out. Place was cleaned up, taken care of. That's what they will do for you. They've been taking care of San Antonians for over 14 years. That's why 210 No Sweat has to be in your phone. I trust them. So should you. 210 No Sweat. Service First AC and Plumbing. Put them in your phone. An emergency's coming, and when you need them, they'll be there with a beck and the call. 210 No Sweat in your phone. You have it there. 210 No Sweat. Put it there. And when you need them, thank me later.
Score $1,000 now. Enter the winning keyword, Cowboys, COWBOYS, Cowboys at sasportstar.com. Good luck from San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
The games begin anew. Football going off tonight. You got lots of basketball. World Series on a hiatus, but if you're playing it, congratulations if you had the Astros last night. BetUS.com is my book, and they need to be yours. They've been around for over 25 years. That should be enough to tell you you can trust them. You don't stay in business this long in this industry without paying your winners on time, on target. When you join BetUS.com, you know everything you want to lay money on is available to you right there. Betting on MMA, golf, horses, esports, all the props, in-casino games, in-game betting, of course. To call to sign up is easy. 1-800-79-BET-US. That's all you need to remember. You call 1-800-79-BET-US. You talk, they type, and before you know it, you're ready to start playing. We got games tonight, 6.5 with the Cardinals. You like that? Go check out BetUS.com. Maybe you can buy a point or two. But remember KZDC when you call 1-800-79-BET-US, and you can get up to 200% in bonuses on your first deposit. Free money. Nobody beats that. I bet at BetUS.com, and I'm telling you, you should too. I don't care if you're part of another book. I don't care where you're going. This is free money, and you're going to like where you are. Join BetUS.com today. Start betting tonight with America's favorite sports book. That's BetUS.com. Remember KZDC for that great bonus on your deposit. BetUS.com. It's where the game begins.
Oh, according to research, 82% of people will remember radio ads. So 82% of you listening will remember that this is an ad for ZipRecruiter. 82% of you will note that if you're hiring, ZipRecruiter finds qualified people for your job. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And 82% of you will remember that you can try ZipRecruiter for free, but you have to go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Yes, free. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
If your family depends on your income and something happened to you, what would happen to them? You need life insurance, and SelectQuote can help you get it at a price you can afford.
SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, who's in excellent health, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $19 a month.
Not in perfect health? Don't worry.
SelectQuote found Tanya, 40, who has type 2 diabetes, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $32 a month.
We shop companies like Protective, Prudential, American General, and others to find you the company with the best rates. Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford.
For your free quote, call 1-800-519-0449. That's 1-800-519-0449. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-519-0449.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your premium could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
The 2021 World Series is on. Play ball! The Astros, the Braves, fighting for the right to be called world champions. And we've got the action live. The Fall Classic is on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Hi, this is Paul Feinbaum, and you're listening to San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
R&R in the morning.
We're about to put this one in the vault. We're going to put this in the good show category. He's Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson. Karl Schoening. They've all been good. Some been great. I'm happy with this one.
Yeah, I think that last segment needs to be vaulted. Whenever we can get Karl to say we're in the break zone, I know it was an excellent segment.
We have taken him to
whenever I can make
waters.
Karl uncomfortable, like it's like my goal, like 2-3 times a week to make Karl be like, dude, get us out of here.
We need that conscience, though.
Exactly.
We need that.
Because you and I are a little sick.
Yes.
I can dig this one from Nolan Ryan Suarez on our Facebook.
Ryan Suarez.
I appreciate that.
My brother is going to plant my dad's ashes and plant a lime tree on top so he can have a beer with a lime with our dad.
That's awesome.
We need to cost some dudes with some money, and we need to come up with an agave farm that we will plant and make tequila out of the body of your
out of the agave. I think that's pretty cool.
No, it's pretty gross.
But Nolan, that's awesome, man.
Before we run out of time, we only have about 5 minutes. I got a question about unwritten rules in sports because we saw it rear its ugly head yet again last night in the Lakers' collapse to the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Lakers have a 26-point lead. Things go south. I didn't see enough of the game to know what happened, but I know that they ended up losing. I saw a highlight late where a bounce pass is stolen. Young Oklahoma City kid runs to the rim, yams it in the near presence of Russell Westbrook. Russell loses his mind and is thrown out because it was a late game bucket that meant nothing, and he shouldn't have tried to.
Should have dribbled it out because it was like 3 seconds left. He's supposed to. The rule is you're supposed to dribble that out and not take that shot.
So he got fined and ejected with 3 seconds to go in the game because he broke one of those unwritten rules. Thoughts?
I agree with Russell that he's not supposed to do that. I don't agree with the overreaction, like you want to fight about it.
I don't understand that.
Like, yeah, I don't think
he got a quadruple double with those 10 turnovers. So I think Russ was just mad about his overall performance more than that. Because Darius Baisley was doing his thing, defending the pass on a potential, I think it was 5 points with 7 or 8 seconds. So it's not like they had a big chance to win, but he made sure that he put it away instead of continuing.
Yeah, look, I'm a dribble the cock out guy. I'm a firm believer in that unwritten rule, but I think Russ was a little overboard and kind of showboating a bit.
That applies to youth basketball. It applies to high school basketball. It even applies to some extent college basketball. It does not apply to the playground, and it does not apply to a professional basketball.
Really?
No, it does not apply because I get paid for stats. I get paid for buckets. I get paid for output. I get a steal. I can get a dunk. I'm going to get it, especially on game 4 of the season. Now, nationally televised, I know where my team is. I know who I am. Maybe a different scenario. Last night, I have no problem with what happened. None.
I'm shocked at that.
Why? You're being paid to play.
Because it's a respect your opponent, man.
This wasn't disrespect.
It's disrespectful. It is.
It is to the extent you didn't need it.
They came back from a 26-point deficit, and it was the Lakers, and it's one of their 20 wins on the season.
Yes.
I'm sure that it was more adrenaline rush than intentions of disrespect.
I'm going to remember this conversation.
In high school, in youth basketball, yes, that's wrong. Coach should have said, look, hold the ball. You might steal it. I don't know. Don't score. In the pros, you're a grown-ass man. Get over it.
Had Lonnie Walker did that, Pop would have chewed him a new one. If Lonnie Walker would have did something like that, any of what Pop's young guys would have done that,
probably.
Pop would have tore him a new ass.
Probably. But I think Karl put it in perspective. There had been a massive 26-point comeback. The game was all but over. There's no question. Right. But there was still the sweat of, it wasn't that long ago. We were down by 26. I'm Darius Baisley. You're the Lakers. You're Russell. It's your job not to get it stolen. It was easy for me. Only in the pros, though. Only in the pros. I wouldn't have allowed it to go any further. than that.
Hey,
okay.
Before we hit the out, can I get what y'all want to cheer for tonight? Because I got
we gotta
Spurs
hit it.
Mavs, so y'all do whatever y'all want after that.
I'm going to cheer. We do need to talk about what we're going to cheer for. I am cheering for the referees and taking James Harden out of that weird-ass free throw game that he's been playing for the last couple years. Forcing James Harden to earn the fouls, not just hang your hand out and let somebody run by and fall to the floor to take a couple free throws. I appreciate it. James Harden's only scored 15 or less points in the last 3 games. This is the first time in his career it's been like that because they're making him play real basketball and not rules basketball.
Nate Duncan had a great Twitter thread last night of video clips of all of the bad habits James Harden has picked up trying to draw fouls that the refs are not calling. And he even showed a couple different plays, like Chris Paul did that stop short where he intentionally went into the path of a defender trying to chase him. They didn't call that. In fact, they called it an offensive foul on whoever it was last night that he clipped of. And so that's I will raise a Texas cheer liquor glass of liquor to that change in the
absolutely
NBA rules.
Yeah, I had a buddy that before the season started, he said, "Rudy, is James Harden going to be able to still get to the free throw line?" I said, "Yeah, he's an artist at that." So my buddy was on to something, and it looks like I'm going to be wrong with that. But my Texas cheer liquor, what to cheer for? I'm going to cheer for a good football game tonight because there's so many pieces missing. I don't care who wins. I'm a Bears fan, so I wouldn't root for the Packers, even though I think they're going to win the game. I'm just going to cheer for a good competitive game so I can be entertained this evening.
How y'all going to do it? 2 TVs? Do y'all have a 2 TV set up for Spurs and Thursday Night Football?
Unfortunately, it's not a problem for me.
I have a return back and forth.
I could have another TV and look at a blank screen that says Bally has been thrown off our network. I can only watch the Cowboys and I'll.
I got it'll be 65-35 Spurs though.
Yeah, I think tonight's going to be a lot of fun with the Spurs.
Yeah, it'll be 65-35.
This will be a good measuring stick game because we are playing against a superstar, but at the same time, we're playing against a lot of talent that's very equal to ours. So I think that there's something there. I think the defense is going to be impressive, though. Even if we lose to the Mavs, I don't think we will. Just be competitive. Let's keep those assists up. No, let's keep those assists
get
up.
The moral victory
I want to see
tour.
35 threes taken, and I want to see 20 assists. And if we get there, then the chips will start falling in the right place.
No moral victories for tonight.
Oh, you going to no moral victory tonight? You know what? I like that. We got to have a list of games where we're like, nah, tonight got to win.
Yeah, you want to be better than the Mavericks.
Yeah, even on the road.
But the Mavs were a playoff team.
So Spurs want to be a playoff team.
Yeah, they were a middling playoff team.
Okay.
They were a middling playoff team. Don't forget about halftime and the Blitz. Full editions of both, as it's a travel day. Tomorrow night, Karl and Rudy will be on the call. The backyard battle that is Johnson and Reagan. Our Friday night football will be in full effect. We want to thank everybody for stopping by. Rudy and I and Karl, we're going to go watch the tape, practice, and get better. Y'all be cool.
Do you have what it takes to rock the mic?
Hey, this is RJ Ochoa.
Hi, this is Carolina Teague.
Hey, Santonio's Thomas Mott.
Slacker Sports Bar presents Rock